asking you for Christmas gifts and like
Damn.
hiding my Easter eggs.
I don't know which, I don't know who I want to go off on first. Well, first,
Okay.
I got updates. Hold on. Where did I put it? Yeah, get away from me. Just get away from me.
Host spot is close. It's like an energy. I can feel it.
Oh, I don't know where I moved it to, and it's our new way to start the show, and I messed it up. All right, here it is. Since last week,
Okay.
we are now at 70,078 subscribers.
Yeah.
We are up almost 1,500 subscribers in the week, and we are up 1,191,838 views.
Thank you for all you.
Thank
for
you,
the support.
everybody.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Keep hitting that subscribe button, like button. DJ Tony, reach out. Like, we'll get you connected.
Imagine what's about to happen now that DJ Tony's taken over all the social
it's
media and
bananas.
stuff.
Dude.
It's gonna, you need
Doesn't
it.
have 5 phones.
No, he's doing his
I'm
thing.
getting into my.
So we're up, whatever I just said, 1,900, 1,191,838 views. Thank you very much, appreciate it. First and foremost, want to register for the UFC 314 tickets. Go to knockoutradio.com, send me an email, the contact link. I want to register for the UFC 13 tickets. I wasn't even going to do it on Facebook. I was just going to do it from the radio show, but we're on YouTube, so that's okay.
Well,
Yeah,
on
we're streaming
YouTube, I mean, Mr. Beast, who you were in the elevator with,
Yeah.
he does his giveaways where he goes to his subscribers, and he just picks a random one. So maybe we could do that, and I can incorporate Knockout Radio into the future.
We could do that. We're right now the UFC, just because I wanted to see how many people are tuning in, kind of tie into the YouTube. UFC 314. We also have BKFC tickets for Clearwater. I really wanted to look up. I thought it was Pinellas Park, but that area, if you're familiar with the Pinellas Park, Clearwater, St. Pete area, they petitioned. It is Pinellas Park, but they petitioned to have a Clearwater address.
Really?
Because the two words Pinellas Park had such a stigma back in the day.
Yeah, it was a redneck,
Yeah.
trashy area, and yeah, you're right. But a lot of that's unincorporated up there,
Right.
like where the landfill is. So it's very weird, but it's odd that. Well, no, I wonder why BKFC chose Clearwater, because Clearwater wasn't really known for anything, right? I mean, when I got down here in 07.
Hooters.
Yeah, Hooters and Hulk Hogan. They're both still here.
Yeah, but Hulk Hogan is still known for Tampa.
But,
Hulk
right.
Hogan's from
No.
Tampa. I know he lives over
No,
here.
Clearwater. He put Clearwater on the map.
He put Tampa on the map.
No, he put Clearwater.
If
on the
you
map.
go to wrestling people,
You weren't from outside here. You're from here. I mean, you're hatched in Philly, but like you were.
I just
here.
bought my future granddaughter a onesie. It says "I love Philly," and I thought of you when I bought it. All right, so let me run down the schedule. At the bottom of the hour, Ryan Westner from Rhino Cards. A couple things I want to talk to him about. We want to talk to him about.
Yeah.
One, they're doing another trade back. It was Alex last time with UFC. Now it's WWE, and you trade the cards back in and you build it up. Speaking of Alex, I'm curious, and I want to ask Ryan this: was values of his cards dropping because of the loss? You know, so.
Okay.
So a couple things we're going to talk to him about. That's hour number one. Hour number two, you may know this gentleman. I think you're definitely going to know the song. Edwin McCain will be on. Just came out with his new album. First new album release, I believe, in 15 years, DJ Tony. He sang the song I'll Be. I love that song. And you will hear it just before he comes on. Melvin Gillard will be back on bottom of next hour as he's back in the combat sports realm. I thought of this, and it may come across wrong, and I'm going to apologize now, and then I'm going to apologize to Jason Sheff when he comes on at the beginning of hour number 3.
Okay.
I want to bring him onto the program with his song from Generation Radio called "Why Are You Calling Me Now?"
Which is my ringtone.
Which
On
is your
phone.
ringtone.
Okay.
Only 2 people that I have using that is you and Joe Marquis. And Joe, buddy, get better. Our thoughts are with you.
What happened to Joe?
Well, we'll talk off the air.
Damn it.
But I don't want Jason Sheff, as he's waiting and he hears, "Why are you calling me now?" thinking, is that for me? Why am I calling you now? No, I want you on. But I love that song, which is Matt McClellan's ringtone. Why are you calling me now? We may get a GFL update. We are going to start a weekly GFL segment. They're breaking the press release. All that stuff is breaking about 11 o'clock today. Locations, fights, which have been rumored. Hopefully somebody will call on. And then quarter of the hour, Clay Collard will be on. and his upcoming fight. PFL starts next week in Orlando. I'll be making the drive. You working any of that stuff?
No, it's based on like a seniority.
Well, shocking.
So I'm still at the bottom. Still working my way up, Randy.
Quality, not
Look,
quantity.
I'm moving closer
you are.
to the sun. Getting hot.
Gets away.
I'm only leaving half my face so you don't feel.
But now Tony, look, Tony's such a big.
Get off me!
I'm trying to get Tony in the pit.
Holy crap!
But Tony's
All right, how
a
about sit back?
Tony-
Just sit back a little. That way you're still in the camera, but you're
There
not
you
in my
go.
lap, Santa.
So Tony showed me his card collection today. He's got Michael Jordan like gold coins and stamp cards. So he's a big collector. Tony loves that street culture, the Jordan vibe, the Air Force Ones. Like there's a whole sector of Knockout Radio we haven't even tapped into. Tony's the plug.
I had more pair, and we got to hit this break here in a minute. I had more pair of the original Jordans than you would have any clue I had. And you know, when you're young and dumb and blah, 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 you wear them, you wear the threads out, you throw them away, you go get another. I used to work at a shoe store, so I was getting them half price everywhere. But if you want to pick up these shoes, you know, there is a place that has a lot of that stuff.
And Central on
On
in
Central
downtown St.
Avenue,
Pete.
called Curated Heat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they got great shit. They got a lot of stuff now.
great shoes. All right, let's go hit our first break of the afternoon. This is Knockout
Great shoes.
Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Bucked Up Energy Drink. We'll be right back.
Where's those shoes? Yeah, that's Tony's store all
there a
day.
way?
Tony, when you go into his nephew's store on Central, that Curated Heat, man, you can see so much classic shoes like like starter jackets from like the Charlotte Hornets. Like nobody likes the Charlotte Hornets, but all the street thugs had a Charlotte Hornet like starter jacket.
Oh, no, well,
Like, it was a
I had
vibe, bro.
I had the Knicks one, but yeah.
But the Hornets, like nobody liked
can
the
see.
Hornets as like a team.
Nah, but you had Larry
But
Johnson.
the thugs loved
you know.
You never had Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
You had Grandmama.
Well, grandma. Well, yeah. Well,
It
you
was
know.
Grandmama.
Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues. But yeah, it's funny that you sent me that stuff. And literally yesterday, every spring I pull out my card collection. So I was already going through all my cards. I had them all. Actually, I brought this for you right here, buddy. Since you're talking about cards.
I told you I saw him at the last slap.
It's for you, buddy.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. I got it when he fought in Albuquerque versus.
When I go to my office at home, I always, Alexa, play this, Alexa, play that. And I'm only saying that because you just said Albuquerque. I listen to a lot of David Cassidy, big Partridge Family guy, and every song they always start with is that one, Albuquerque. Always. Finding out none of those stations are live because it's the same stuff. Every time I go in there at the same time in the morning to go to work, it's the same songs. So it just must be.
Just on the loop. Just added the YouTube live link to Facebook. Oh, damn it.
We're going to work out all the details on YouTube. We're going to be able to get the audio in from our callers. Hopefully you can hear us. Work in progress. We're about ready to kick some ass.
Let's go. Hopefully by next week we'll have it all set up. I have to keep remembering while we're live. Because it's fucked up. I don't want to. Yeah, nah.
All right, we are back coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Bucked Up Energy Drink, and Staff Zone. All right, who do you want me to piss off first? You want the list of what I'm going to go off
Yeah,
on?
go ahead, the list.
All right,
Fire it
so
off.
there's a couple things that I got to get off my chest. I'm going to want your opinions. Ryan Wessner at the bottom of the hour. Do we talk about the sentencing of Cain Velasquez? Big news.
5
And,
years.
obviously, I have and a lot of people are starting to agree with me. I also want to talk about the upset, and I'm saying it this way because people are calling it, Daniel Cormier is calling it the greatest upset in NCAA wrestling history. Daniel Cormier, according to experts, want me to tell you, you are wrong. It's a huge upset with the loss of Gable Steveson to Wyatt Hendrickson, but there is a bigger upset. And you young whippersnappers probably don't even know, well, you definitely won't know one name. You will know the other. So we can talk about that one as well. So we can start with one of those three. You want to talk about Cain Velasquez, the upset, or the upset that just happened?
Well, if we're talking wrestling, the biggest upset ever is when.
Hulk Hogan lost to.
No, I was gonna go wrestling though.
All right,
I mean,
go
I was. No, it has to be Brock Lesnar beating the Undertaker and ruining his, his WrestleMania reign of, I think it was 16-0.
Do you remember when Mike Stratka first joined the show?
Yeah.
His first show here, and he made a comment where he disagreed with me.
Yeah.
And what did you say to him?
I was like, oh, it was great to meet you. Thanks for coming by.
Well,
The doors
It's
over
all
there.
right. We're gonna. It is.
I'd love you to death, but you're talking fake scripted BS.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, in the world of, I get
Scr-
it. College wrestling.
In the
All right.
world of scripts, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
huge.
That was the
Shout
biggest
out
one
Mike
ever.
Straka, though. I love that guy.
Oh no, for sure. Hopefully, he's.
But I had to take that joke. It was there. You served
Oh.
it on a silver platter.
That was
and he was
beautiful.
sitting right in front of me. I'm like, I have to take the
Yeah.
shot. But I knew he was a legend before I even sat across from him.
So we'll talk about that. Gable Steveson loses in dramatic style to Wyatt Hendrickson, Oklahoma State. DC's from there, I believe. I think that's where he went. Little favoritism, shocking coming from DC. Huge upset. It was. But number 2 beat number 1, first and foremost. Okay? I know that it was the first takedown that Gable surrendered. But for you young people, I got hit up on Facebook from Pat Hickney. Pat Hickney went to Northeast High School when I went. He was our wrestling dude. He was the All-American. Dude was unbelievable. He said, just for the record, in his opinion, we'll say that, in his opinion, and I have seen on a lot of social media, the biggest upset in the history of the NCAAs is when Larry Owings defeated Dan Gable. And yes, it's the same Dan Gable that Gable Steveson is named after. So Dan Gable, another legend. And it changed history. It was a loss. It was this, it was that. Gable Steveson is a legend as well. But that's why I hate that people don't know history. And I know that I've brought this up. The baseball field at Northeast High School, where Pat Hickney, went to school, as did I, was named for somebody. Decades later, they renamed it because nobody knew who it was named after. Well, maybe do some research, not just change it.
Yeah.
Now, if you would have said Brock Lesnar winning the UFC heavyweight title, I might have done that. So, thoughts? Or both of you have no clue because it was still before your
I
time?
honestly don't.
It's in
I don't-
depth. I mean, look, nobody follows NCAA college wrestling at the collegiate level.
This guy.
Well, not.
I was
anybody
gonna say,
know.
I know nothing. But I know.
We'll call
I know-
Randy Couture
Like the
back.
parents, there were parents over at Ybor at the bar at Berlini's that they were in that wrestling club. So that's one reason I even knew they even had it in Philly this year.
I
But-
just know that Kurt Angle won a gold medal
With a broken freaking
with a
neck.
broken
Broken
freaking.
neck?
It's true.
It is
It's
true. It's true. It's true.
No,
It's
that's a bad-
damn
that's
true.
a
It's damn
That's a
true.
badass
That's all I know. That's all I know about wrestling. Sorry.
But
All right,
it's
so-
too in depth. We gotta keep it more global. Like we should go back to like the Cain Velasquez.
Well, this is global.
And
No,
about like.
all right, we'll go to,
this is
hold on,
global.
hold on,
This is
hold on,
global.
hold on. I'm going to keep it global.
That's well.
Because people continue the crap that's in this world. If you go on the Book of Face, if you go on X, formerly known as Twitter, there is a lot of people saying the hate that is being thrown at Gable Steveson, which is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But a lot of people are making it racial. That people are so happy that Wyatt Hendrickson won and that Gable lost, and they're making it racial. And I hate you people. Anybody who believes that, and it could, there's one or two morons out there, but anybody who thinks it's that more than because it was an upset, because, you know, he's Air Force, barely military, but Air Force. I dislike you. Third thing, global. I continue to say I hate when flags, any flag, is used as a prop. How long have I been telling you that?
Forever.
Yeah.
Gable Steveson comes out with the prop, kind of crunches it together, hands it to one of his coaches. When he wins this match in dramatic form, all of his guys run over, they jump on top of him, and what's laying on the ground?
The flag.
The flag. So stop using the flag when you don't know how to treat the flag. That's not a flag, though. No, that's not a flag.
Sorry, like, okay, look, I don't want to use a flag for a prop, and you know, so I wasn't treating it right.
That's not a, so you cram it in your pants.
I'm just trying to
Doesn't
keep
that
it-
say the Navy
I was
on it?
trying to be discreet. Did you see?
It's
You
a,
saw
it's
it?
a CB flag, and that's not a country flag. I'm saying a country flag. I mean, I'm not even this passionate about state flags. It's the country flag.
I don't
Now-
even know what the Florida flag looks like.
And
I don't know what it's flag.
I will, don't talk,
Don't
don't
do-
talk
don't do
with
that.
that thing in your mouth, or I'm gonna back slap you. And then, Disney, I don't know if you're aware of this, Disney has different size flags that they fly at Disney so that they don't have to treat it with respect, and they don't have to bring it down, you know, at dawn and raise it at dusk and all that kind of stuff. So
Did not know.
that's the loophole.
No, I did not know. But yeah, I feel the same. I can't. I don't honestly.
He's
I
gonna
don't
change his
mind
opinion 3
them.
times in like
I know.
9
'cause
seconds.
trying
I
to
agree, I
think.
don't agree.
I agree with you on that part, but I think like it should be like when it's handed off, when the fighters walk out with it, if they're going to, then it should be folded
Yep.
and put
I agree.
placed away. But to just like have it thrown to their, to the person or whatever on the side, and then they just throw it on the chair, then no, I agree with you.
I know that you just recently joined the show. There's been a couple incidents. Jason Knight, one of them, had a BKFC fight in Mississippi, and I was blasting him on Twitter, blasting him. Then he comes to a Tampa BKFC, and he walks by me. I go, "Hey, you got a second?" He goes, "Yeah." He didn't know who I was. I said, "You're probably going to kick my butt, halfway through this." But, I brought up the fight. He goes, "Yeah, somebody on Twitter has just been killing me." I go, "Yeah, that's me." And we talked. He apologized. Nobody does it. Very few people do it intentionally. I get that. And I'm passionate about it. Doesn't mean you are.
Yeah.
So I get that. There was also a fighter who was in the military, fought for World Series of Fighting in Tampa, and handed the flag off. They put the flag in the spit bucket.
Yeah. I think I just seen the same thing happen this weekend or something too.
Awful. Oh,
No, hold on. While we're talking about flags,
can I just, by the way, RIP? We
Yeah,
did forget
please.
Big
Right.
George Foreman.
But I don't think, did we forget or was it the day after? I think.
No,
it was
I
the next
forgot to
day.
start.
Oh,
No, no, wipe your tears for
Oh.
Foreman. Is it?
You know what's
That's
crazy?
what-
Your DNA's on that. I don't want it touching me.
I've been wanting to. Oh yeah, first
He's
of
wanted
all,
too.
RIP.
I'd like to just.
Oh
Oh.
man, pause. RIP. Yeah, Foreman for sure. I've been meaning to watch his movie. This came. I think it's on Netflix or Amazon. And I haven't watched it, so I'm
How to
definitely
grill
gonna do that
properly
today.
on the
No.
Baby Foreman's grill.
The Foreman movie. It came out I think last year on either one Netflix. That's not on Amazon. It's got to be on Netflix. They came out last year. It looks pretty good. Definitely have to
Who
check
else
it out.
are you RIPing?
That's it.
Oh, I thought you said I forgot as well.
No, that's what I was. Yeah.
So while we're talking about flags, like I know that you have a blue one as well, like, but the street game, like DJ Tony knows, like Nipsey Hussle's a influential rapper. Hold on, but like there's a song that the best of Nipsey Hussle, and it talks about. He said, "Could you accept if we murdered your children?" Then the next line says, "Would you accept if we murdered your children?" And then he says, "Would you accept that we murdered your children?" And then he says, "Would you accept we murdered your children?" To play these wars and gangs and blue and red and Crips and Bloods and the street life. Too many young lives are lost. And so, I just wanted to make a highlight. This is a flag that you got to stop killing people for. And the blue one and whatever else you're doing, man, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, We're all the same.
Before we go to the break, and I talked about it last week or the week before, Danny Trejo, you know, who did prison time, and I think he had a cousin that was in the movies, and that's how he got in the movies. That's one of his stipulations I read to be in roles, is that he dies. He never survives a movie role because he wants those people that are looking up to him because of the life that Danny lived, blah, 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 that there's other outcomes.
Yeah.
And we're going to discuss that other outcome in another segment or two. Ryan Westner coming up next. But now we will transition after Ryan Westner to that lifestyle, to Gain Velasquez, to his prison sentence, and where I stand, where you stand, and maybe where the public stands. So coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility, this is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Bucked Up Energy Drink. We'll be right back. All right, so we're still live, but if you want to register for the UFC 314 tickets, I appreciate you being on the YouTube channel and helping us continue to grow. Let's try to get to 60 million views before next week. Hopefully we can do that with your help. Let people know. Go to the website, knockoutradio.com. There's a contact link. Just in the link, put like to register, like to, like to win, like just so I know that you're trying to get the UFC 314 tickets, and tag from YouTube, and you'll get a couple bonus entries. Then we'll put it all in a barrel and we'll pull it out. Thanks a lot.
I was gonna say you can't play the music on YouTube. It's gonna get that shut down.
Right.
Oh, damn it.
I'll send it to you later.
I literally, I had one in my hand, and I was like, you know what, man, put it back. I was like, I mean, because personally, I can't. No, I can't. Personally, I can't, because it's supposed to be because of Coke. So it's.
I'll help you.
I think with yeah.
I got the woo in it. I have nothing to do with it.
See, the only thing with it, like Facebook,
And a cannabis
I
hat
think
that I
we
didn't.
can, we can
have
pause,
nothing to do with.
like pause it, and then go back up, resume live instead of. But next week I'll have it set up so that we're on a StreamYard, so it'll be on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. What's up, YouTube? Make sure you tell everybody to. Oh, we got 2 people watching. Gotta figure this out. Yeah. Hope you guys are having a good day out there. Leave a comment, share the video.
I'm gonna have to use your phone shortly.
What?
Does it matter?
Or you can use it.
He's like, hold on, don't be making no illegal calls.
I just got to text somebody.
He's gonna call somebody in
You're gonna get-
overseas, international charges.
I'm being catfished, and I'm gonna use your phone.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello. Oh,
We're back.
no more.
All right, we are back. Matt's here, so you will get hurt, and you will get hurt on a regular basis.
No, it's all love, baby.
Is that what it is today?
It's all frequency, man. It's all love.
All right, coming up, second hour, Edwin McCain, singer of I'll Be, just released his new Lucky album with Old Dominion, and a lot of collaborations there. Melvin Gillard in the second hour, Jason Sheff, former lead singer of Chicago, involved solo career, involved with Generation Radio, and one of my favorite songs, Matt's ringtone, called Why Are You Calling Me Now? GFL is breaking some news today. Hopefully they'll be on in the last hour. Clay Collard will be on. Action packed. So let's start with our first guest of the afternoon. He's been on numerous times. He's been a co-host on the program. Let's welcome from Ryan Rhino Cards. This is Ryan Westner. Ryan, how are you? Well, we're going to talk about that, and I want to talk about as well the buyback that WWE is doing. But first, let me ask you this: when Alex Pereira just recently lost, I know that everything was spiking up. You know, with the loss, does it now start dropping, or because of what he's done to this point, is it holding strong? Unless he fights John Jones next. So then let me ask you this then. So is now the time to buy John Jones, or is now the time to sell John Jones? If he doesn't fight Tom Aspinall and retires, what will that do to his value? Sure.
Hey Ryan, what's up, buddy? It's me.
It's me.
It's me.
Hey, look.
It's me.
No, man, the card game. Man, I forgot what I was going to say. I just got excited to talk to Ryan.
I got you.
No. What about Mike Perry's value? Because John Jones and Mike Perry just joined forces as a partnership with Dirty Boxing. Does Mike Perry's value go way up now with association with John?
It was. All right, quick question. Got it. I want to know what is right now the most expensive card of 2025 in any sports, just in general.
And hey Ryan, so what, the Jaden Daniels, I met him here at the Outback Bowl, now Lackless Bowl, but what a humble young man. I mean, he stood the sidelines because he didn't want to get injured, had no reason to do what he did or engage with the fans the way he did. I saw him with young children, and he's a real deal, man. So I hope his card continues to go up in value.
Before Ryan, before you talk about the WWE WrestleMania coming up, the trade back, a couple months ago, Matt, I know you're going to remember this. A friend of Mike Stratka's opened up a couple boxes and pulled some monster cards. And as a collector of cards back in the day, and I'd open box, I just opened my first box in probably a decade. It was the best time I've ever had. And Ryan, thank you very much for that.
But I've on air,
but
do
I've,
it on YouTube.
But I've always
always
kind of said, nobody pulls these cards. I mean, who really pulls these cards? Listen to this. Ryan, Tell everyone what got pulled in your store the other day.
Whoa. Wow. I didn't. And I'm not in that space, but I know that that is a special
You
draw
think?
because of just the description, and I know the legacy behind Messi. So even though I don't know, when you say like what you just said, it's special. That's a great feeling when you pull that like Willy Wonka golden ticket.
I hate to ask this question, but I'm going to anyway. What's that card worth? Wow.
Wow.
Sure. All right, let's talk WrestleMania right around the corner. It'll be out in Vegas, back-to-back nights, which is what they've started, I think, since COVID. Let's talk about that, and let's talk about that trade-up redemption program that they're doing with the WWE cards. So, a funny dilemma would be, let's say you're a fan of Jey Uso, but you have a Gunther card. Who are you rooting for? And what script do you want read and written? That's probably when we're talking to somebody on the phone. We'll get it fixed. We will get this fixed by next week. Have cameras up here, have cameras there. Get a big thing to cover it, make it dark.
Disco light, just for Randy.
Country Depot has, and I bought one of these for my brother. It's a rotating football helmet. It's a rotating, it's like a magnet, so it keeps it. So I said, get me a Philly one, and we'll put that in here.
I like the idea though of doing that.
You don't want to you don't want to be so narrow because anybody that's like doesn't like the Phillies or despises them, they won't join the network.
No, hatred.
No,
we
you
can't
have to.
we can't have like we
No,
can't
you
have
have
favoritism.
to be that. No, you have to.
Be
Like you
neutral.
have your.
Be neutral. Come on. No,
Because I'm
let's grow.
All right, we are back. We're going to be closing out hour number 1 here shortly. Hour number 2, Edwin McCain, new album out, Lucky All the Time. I love the first line. I'm going to tell you now, and then I'm going to say it to Edwin when he's on. The first line of the song, Lucky All the Time, one more day above the dirt. You hear that every morning, kind of motivates you.
I can.
Motivates me to join a gym.
Yeah.
Looking into that. You're looking into that.
Yeah.
Um,
I have a better
Starting-
mousetrap though.
starting next week,
Uh,
I'm really scared to say this. Do I really want to invite Matt to this?
All right, let's go.
Do I really want to? All right. I have been invited to join a very special club.
Okay.
It's a pickleball club.
Oh.
Are they paying me? Because I need a job. I can't just join clubs because of
That's
leisure.
why you're, well, you don't pay to join.
No, but I mean, they gotta pay me to play.
Right.
I have to work otherwise.
Yeah, then work.
I just got a new job.
Then work. Because I would never pay you to spend time with me. And that's what this would be.
Well, that's what these bribes are, these,
He's bribed.
that's what this, yeah, like every time I come in, you give me free stuff. Like it's payment, it's just
We
not
do
currency.
have some bucked up energy drink to give away.
No, seriously, like,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
I won a pair of these tickets, you know, to go to the Rinfest with my family, and you took us there. And it was an amazing experience. And so, yeah, the radio station doesn't pay a lot of dollars, but the value it brings to my life is so great.
What does that have to do with you're not invited to the pickleball club?
Okay, go ahead. Because I need a job. Gotta make some money.
Go get a job.
I need sponsors. So someone can sponsor me to be a pro pickleball player.
There you go.
Yeah.
Why not?
I strongly suggest.
Every athlete gets sponsorship.
I strongly suggest they do that before you play somebody.
Why?
Well, because you want to sponsor winners.
Bro, you don't have any idea.
Get that
my
money-
tenacity.
get
my-
that money
I'm
together.
all out. Like,
Get that money together
breaks.
and play Brad Penny.
okay,
Get it together.
I don't have it. What do you do? Like, I don't have a job.
All right, if you want to sponsor Matt to play
Sponsor
Brad
me.
Penny,
Look, I want to create the telethon. Like,
Brad
throw the
will be in
pennies
town in a couple weeks.
Bring your pennies. A penny for your thoughts. My 2 cents. I'll give you my raw opinion about everything, unfiltered. You bring your pennies and change. You don't want fill up the bed of my truck, the Gladiator. Make donations, and because copper was 95% of pennies up to 1982, it was a healing property that you always had by your crotch and your midsection, your pancreas, your prostate. And so men were healthier when we had a pocket full of change walking around in society. And it's
Interesting.
paying with commerce.
I want to thank Fergus Sports Bar,
Throw me your pennies.
giving us some tickets, some race tickets to give away. Obviously, everybody knows the games are in Tampa at George Steinbrenner Field. So we have a pair to give away. Opening day tomorrow. I have a problem with tomorrow's opening day.
I just want to know real quick, what is that the home
The Tampa Yankees.
of?
That's who it's the home of.
I
It's
guess
the home of the Tampa
technically-
Yankees.
I guess you're technically right.
Right.
The new Tampa Rays.
Well, Tampa's Harpins.
How about new Tampa
No.
Rays?
Yeah, they changed the name. They changed
Oh,
the name
they
years
changed
ago.
it back to the
Yeah.
car?
Trust me, it's. I hated it. As a Yankees fan, I love the Tampa Yankees because obviously I could still wear my Yankee stuff there, but now I got to wear a fish on my shirt, and it's not.
What about a banana? Those guys are killing it.
Yeah, no, they
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
are.
And they have a
I-
cruise coming.
Hold on one second. And I know because I'm going to get yelled at. I'm already being yelled at or texted or whatever from Ed. Yes, the Rays opening day is sold out. All the other games are going to be popping up on VetTix for free. So, Tampa, shut up. You can't sell out an 8,000 seat stadium
Yeah.
because if they're selling them out, they're not going to be donating them to the veterans. They're going to want to sell them. It just makes sense.
You know what
Supply
else
and
is
demand.
sold out?
The
The
Savannah
Banana
Bananas.
cruise that they're gonna do from Tampa down to Cozumel. They're doing a cruise. I mean, that is amazing. They're gonna do a performance on a cruise ship. The
Yep.
Savannah Bananas is because it's entertainment. It's not the game of baseball.
My family went. The
Right.
grandkids went.
We
my
should
daughter
get
went.
on that cruise with the Bananas. We do the show live as we leave Tampa on the boat with them.
That'd be awesome.
And we'll just do the whole,
There's
get
Wi-Fi
to know
on the
their
boats.
stories.
Let's do it.
Their
Set it up.
backgrounds,
Okay.
their gymnastics. I mean, those
I
guys
have
are
to
so
get them to
talented.
sponsor it. It's just like $50 an hour for Wi-Fi.
No, it's not. No.
Throw
it's
your
not.
pennies. Look, I need
No,
your
it's really,
pennies.
it's really
That's why
not,
we need the pennies.
It's
I
really
need the
not
wheat
that
pennies.
bad.
Send me your wheat pennies.
The
I
wheat
think-
pennies are only worth
think,
like
uh,
Wheat sourdough.
when I
It's
went
healthy.
to-
the wheat pennies are only worth a little over.
Stop
a penny.
eating wheat. Stop eating
When I
wheat.
went to the
Stop eating
Bahamas, I
gluten.
think it was like, I think you could pay like $25 a day or
Yeah.
something like that for the Wi-Fi or something.
I'll pay the Wi-Fi. All right.
All right.
If you set it up, I'll pay the Wi-Fi, and we will do the radio
The
show. on
bananas
the
are
boat.
awesome, man. And And you know, and I guarantee you that incident that happened in Michigan where the baseball player slid into third, and then he did a cocaine line up the baseline, and like put it on his in the media, right?
Right.
And then he came out and retracted it and said he's sorry because he had to.
Right.
But come on, man, are we past that? Can we just let
No.
people just be
Not,
them?
not with little
Come
kids.
on,
though.
man.
No.
They got that for the
Can't
bananas
go
for sure.
scar
I'm sure they
base
did,
on-
right?
No, I'm
just
sure
like
they did.
Wild Thing and like back when they were doing the pitches.
I shouldn't say I'm sure they did. I doubt the Savannah Bananas would even do that.
Yeah.
You know, the snorting the line, even though we've heard that forever. You know, there's been certain players at third, and you've kind of joked, "Hey, is he going to snort his way home?" I mean, you know,
I mean, but it was classic. That was a funny moment, and I'm not mad at him. Like he took a shot. Like that was a brilliant play. So kudos to that kid. In fact, my friend Russ Dion, his son, plays on that team.
Nice.
So if we want to have him in, I think he's coming home this weekend.
I can't lie. I
We'll have him on the show.
caught like one inning of it this weekend, and then I was like, "What am I watching?"
I haven't
Shout
even
out to
watched an
Brady,
inning.
Brady
What am I
Dion.
watching?
I haven't
Big
even
things.
watched an inning.
I watched the Tampa one. I did watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
I
Go
didn't watch
blue.
it. I didn't
Only
watch it.
because I was already on whatever channel the game comes on.
You were at the red light there on Dale Mabry, and so you could see it. You could see into the stadium. No, big ups. You know, it's exciting, but and I don't want to always be Debbie Downer, but the Harlem Globetrotters used to sell out. They don't really sell out anymore.
Yeah.
So it's new, it's sexy, it's fun.
Sex sells.
Well, no, I'm saying it is fun. But let's see, you know, right now, ride the ride, enjoy it.
Speaking of what else sells, Kendra Wilkinson, one of the original Playboy bunnies, Hugh's girlfriends in the mansion. She just sold her first real estate deal. So single mom and putting it out there on social media or real life and not the Playboy bunny lifestyle. And kudos to her for working hard and building herself in real estate and having her first successful close.
Nice.
I reiterate, back to MMA, bare knuckle, all that stuff. The weigh-in should be the morning of the fight.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Sean Brady fought Leon Edwards last week, 170-pound weight class. What do you think he was backstage? He said this. What do you think he weighed backstage as he was ready to come out?
206.
I was gonna say probably 200.
198.
Yeah, that's,
So you're not fighting at 170.
of course.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're beating yourself up.
Right.
So no, if you're going to beat yourself up, and I get you want to be hydrated enough, blah, 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 but this is ridiculous. So real 170s can't fight 170.
Yeah.
They're going to have to do the same thing.
Well, I mean, shout out to Matt McCusker over at MJM Muay Thai. That's part of his petition to the commissioner to
Have weigh-ins day up.
have the weigh-in day up. Sorry. I know he has a lot of things. He wants to bring up the requirement for how many shows you have to have before you're pro. He's got the collective of all the promoters from Muay Thai in the state of Florida that have a grievance, and they want me to bring it forward. So I'm going to do my part. I'm going to connect Tim with them and see if I can, find some middle ground for them. But Matt has a great thing going over there, and that's. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to throw out, because I said I do it every 15 minutes. If you want to register for the UFC 314 tickets, go to knockoutradio.com. There's a contact link. Just put in there, I'd like to register for the UFC 314 tickets. If you do not want to drive to Miami, because you have to pick the tickets up in Miami, it's the only way the winner can get them, is picking them up in Miami. If you're local in the Tampa Bay area or you want to go to a Rays game, I do have a couple pair of tickets coming up for the next couple weeks. I can't look at it because we're streaming, but same thing. Go to knockoutradio.com. In the contact, I'd like to register for the Fergs Rays tickets. And then, yeah, you're right, Tony. We have a stack of Renaissance
Yo,
tickets.
Justin Waller, you want to go to the UFC, Miami? Log on, bro. Like top G's, like come on, man. I know you love the sport. I know you had a great time with the one in Tampa. Like we're gonna be in your hometown, Miami. Let's connect. I'll bring the GNAT down. We'll do what we promised, man. I'll make good on it. We're all top G's here, bro.
I'm gonna-
literally
I'm
just had some.
Top
I'm going to up the ante.
Tate Brothers, let's bring them.
I'm going to up the ante for the Renaissance tickets.
Welcome
because-
to America, fellas.
because we have
Top
gonna,
Gs.
I'm going to turn this mic off. 4 tickets. Go to the YouTube channel. Not the YouTube channel. Go to the website, knockoutradio.com. 6 tickets. 8 tickets.
Uh-oh.
We're going to give 8 tickets to the first person that wants 8 tickets and a $50 food voucher.
Oh,
I think
man.
that's perfect. We're out of pocket on this. Woo,
We got shout out to
8 tickets and the $50, you go to knockoutradio.com and put 8 tickets, $50 or the $sign. First person that does it has to obviously pick them up, but yours. What?
Shout out to Nick Cesario is listening in on Facebook. He just messaged me saying, make sure you guys got that email I sent in. I did it on the website, and this is another email or another message just to let you know I'm listening and I sent it in. I hope I win. So we hope you win too, Nick.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, I hope you win, but if you're going to tell us to reread what I read last week, you may get axed.
Yeah. I think he was one of the people in the comments too.
No, I got all the registrations from last week. I'm going to put them all in this week, and then we will do the announcements here in the next couple days or live on the show.
You never know.
But again, and I want to clarify, these tickets will not be emailed. They will be handed to you, or you will meet up with someone who has possession of the tickets in Miami, because I am not going to allow these tickets to be sold. They have to go to a winner that will be in attendance.
To meet us at the ticket window.
That happened last year.
Yeah.
And I happened to have an extra pair of tickets, and somebody got scammed. And I was talking to the police, and I said, hey, I've given away all the tickets. I happen to have one more. Can I go up and do, because of scalping and all that kind of stuff? And the cops kind of laughed at me. They're like, yeah, you can do anything you want. And I was walking around, and you're kind of looking, and then those police officers came back and said, hey, if you want to help this kid out, he got scammed through the online, I don't want to get sued by him, the online company somehow resold their tickets. And so they're at the window and they're fighting for it. This is going to show you how small the world is. And if I'm lying about anything here, may I be struck dead instantly. No, I'm not worried about it. I'm
It's skylighted, it's a lightning capital of the world.
I am not
Hold on,
worried.
hold on, wait. Go ahead.
This is what happened.
Hold on. Need my
So
flag.
I'm turning you off. I don't want to hear you. So I walked out. The guy's telling me the story. I go up to the ticket window. And I said, hey, listen, I only have 2 tickets. I'll give you these 2 tickets, but you're going to have to buy a third. And that's still better than fighting to get your money back. You should get your money back, blah, 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 blah. Gave him the tickets. I get an email the next week. The guy lived in Tampa. Thank you very much. It was awesome. So help me God. I signed up at the YMCA in St. Petersburg, the brand new YMCA. First day in, I go to check in, and the guy goes, oh, hey, Randy.
Oh, dang.
I'm
That's
like,
what's up.
he was the guy. He was the guy.
Wow.
So just weird things happen strangely. I'm looking forward to giving these tickets away. I hope it's a faithful listener. I hope it's a new listener.
Well, we're probably a fan, but here's a guy who sells out stadiums, DJing them, and a guy who goes to stadiums. What's the etiquette when people don't use their tickets? Can people move down? Is it okay to get in with GA, general admission? And if nobody's sitting in the front row, why not?
The problem with that, and we only have about a minute left, you can probably move down into the section that you're in. Like if you're in the 300 level, you could probably go anywhere in the 300 level. A lot of times the ushers don't allow you to want to see your ticket. If you're on the floor and there's a floor seat and you just get booted, if that person ends up showing up. So, all right, 1 hour down, 2 hours to go.
energy thing,
Action
though.
packed. Hour number 1, it's only going to get
Packed.
bigger and better in the
People
second hour.
connected.
This
No
is
touching.
Knockout
That
Radio,
vibe.
brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Bucked Up Energy Drink. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I think you should, I would rather, as an artist, wouldn't you rather, we can ask Jason Chef, don't you think you want people around the stage and to create that energy, even if every seat's full where all you see the first 20 rows is faces.
There's a lot of people like
It
Billy
gives
Joel.
you the same sensation.
Billy Joel won't start until everybody's in their seats. Like he started 45 minutes. I was pissed. I was ready to leave.
Yeah, but you can't
Oh, my
do
bad,
that.
like getting up. My kid's mom had called. And she never calls at this time unless it's an emergency.
They
There's
have a-
paper towels over
I
there.
They have a biohazard cleanup area. You got a chemical spill.
It was my
Aisle
fucked
one.
up, my bad.
Chemical spill in aisle
That's
one.
bucked up.
That's so
Sucralose.
fucked up. Dang it.
Sucralose.
Yeah, I told her yesterday. It was just like, oh dang, I forgot. My bad. Calling to tell me my daughter got A on her science test.
No, nice.
Her teacher had called.
Speaking of science, I got the apprenticeship at Exercise.
Let's get it.
You guys are gonna, look, you think I was crazy before. I found somebody that's gonna be my mentor. and
You
help
told me.
To the next
I
level.
know who she is.
She's amazing, though. She told me about fighting.
YouTube.
She gave me a book
What's up,
for
guys?
technique, so fighters don't pass out when they're being choked in the triangle or the guillotine. You can actually do it breath work, like
Let's stick it. Let's go.
so you can actually train for that, so you don't panic when you see black spots or like stars. She taught me that yesterday.
Well, you know all about being blacked out.
I don't really.
Well,
No,
you
I'm
do.
always in control.
No, you got blacked out
When?
when Ben Saunders
Oh yeah,
choked.
yeah. For sure.
At the
That-
restaurant.
No, but I mean, just in general, like I used to black out drink. I used to be an alcoholic where I'd
Not talk about that.
drink till pass out. Finish off at Everclear. I was that dude. And I got off all that shit.
Give me your phone.
Healed myself, man. And my liver's fucked up from it.
I gotta find it. Hold on.
The
Shit.
lifestyle I live, so I gotta fix that shit. She's gonna help me. I know it.
Are you still fucking talking?
No, I'm not talking.
How do I find the messages? Facebook.
DJ Tony. Have you heard that T.I. On Justin Incredible's freestyle?
I don't think so.
T.I. went in and did the freestyle rap. He just kills it, bro. Like an OG king. Shout out King. Tip. Man, he put it down, bro. Like you gotta listen to that freestyle. He went in and tore it off, man. He's talking about like dividends and like, for expansions and,
Call my mom.
investments. Man, he came correct with it.
Do you want this? Your house. Okay. The lawn people are there. Can you pull the hose in? Alright, never mind.
I gotta go at 2:45.
Yeah, 'cause now they're gonna miss that whole side right there because they're gonna use the excuse if the hose is in the way. Sounds like a woman. Sound like a woman. Hello?
All right, we are back coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Bucked Up Energy Drink. All right, so what are you rambling about?
Nothing, just talk about my new career. Just got a job this week, so really excited about it.
I'm excited that you're
And,
finally going to go to work.
Feels good to be back in the workforce, and I'm just want to learn and soak up as much as I can and apply more of it to the fight game for fighter safety and continue this mission. Just it's awesome.
When's your next gig?
April 18th, I believe. I think that one's in Orlando.
You're doing WCFL again? Or
I am, yeah.
That's going to be out at the fairgrounds.
I'll
It's
be-
a tattoo convention,
Yeah.
as well as some fights.
The next 4 events are the same, so it's 2 weekends, 18, 19, and then whatever, like 25, 26. So it's 2 weeks in a row, both Friday and Saturday. So we're starting to heat up. Combat sports is growing, so it's nice to be on the map.
All right, so when we have time, and it may not even be today, we might have to do it next week, but I'm going to give you guys ample time to if you want to research it or whatever. I'm not going to research it. I want to do a Mount Rushmore of Tampa Bay athletes.
Okay.
Okay. And what we're going to do is you pick and that person's off the table. So whoever's first,
So like a draft.
yeah, like a draft. And then we'll compare.
Do they have to be born in Tampa or just
No.
play on a Tampa team?
Yeah, we're.
or-
t-
okay.
I don't think that we could make 3 Mount Rushmores of Tampa Bay born people. I don't think anybody knows 15 Tampa Bay born athletes.
Hogan
All right.
and,
No, go ahead, Hogan.
other Hogan. And then,
Wade Boggs.
Nick Hogan.
You know, you got Hogan. What's the dog? Brooke Hogan.
Brooke.
The ex-wife Hogan.
Brooke had a song with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
She got famous for a little second. there.
Okay. All right.
so yeah, all the Hogans, and that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, who else? Maurice Spates.
So I got to be put on this list then, because the pizza diet was started here.
Oh my God.
No, if you're gonna put athletes in there, you got to put me. I'm a champion.
Were you born in? You weren't
No,
born in
but the
Tampa.
pizza
You were
diet-
born
You
in-
don't have to be
Oh,
born.
yeah,
But the
that's
pizza
right.
diet
Yeah,
was created here.
Okay.
I call this home. You think I didn't help with the vibe?
Do you
of
think
the smart
anybody
city?
would include you on a Mount Rushmore?
They will when my career's done. Absolutely.
Okay, first of all, I doubt it, but
I'm
definitely not now.
All right.
Nobody's putting you down.
Absolutely, they got to put me on.
John Cena. Tony LaRusso. I mean, he wouldn't be, but these are people
See,
that would.
You know,
be.
I don't think John Cena's the GOAT, yet he's called that.
He's the goat of his era, I would say for sure.
CM Punk, greatest in the world, I don't buy it.
No, but
No.
I mean, like after The Rock and Stone Cold left, John Cena is what brought wrestling back. Like it was
He did.
kind of dying.
Because he used the rap and the street hustle
But,
to like.
but that changed. He
Mexican.
was that early.
Marky.
He's back now. He's back.
Well, no, now he's back NWO style,
Yeah.
you know.
let's-
But go ahead, who else is on your
We
list?
got the great Tony LaRusso,
All right, Tony La Russa. I don't think he
Uh,
makes a Mount Rushmore.
Gary Sheffield for some people.
Doc Gooden.
Chef.
Doc
Gooden.
Yeah, he's not on this list, but
I'm telling you, Doc Gooden.
Dwight Gooden. Oh, Dwight Gooden. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
my-
number 2.
Oh.
Yeah, my bad.
I thought he was a baseball fan.
I know.
No,
Me too.
I know who he is. He's a
Tom
Yankee.
Hume. Tom Hume.
Bill Strawberry. Shout him out.
Al Lopez.
Yeah.
Dreamer Walker.
But hold on. If you play baseball for the Yankees, you spent half your year in Tampa and half your year in New York. Which one do you call home?
Depends on where they live.
Where? Yeah.
Who
Well,
spends
nah,
half,
Dwight
who
Gooden
spends
is a
half the
Yankee.
time in Tampa?
Okay, let's say you get the choice. You get to do a split 50-50.
Oh, and I'm tripping. He was a Met, not a Yankee. I knew he was in New York or something.
Who?
Dwight Gooden. He was a Met.
He didn't
was-
do any time with the Yankees?
Maybe, but he was.
Yeah,
But he
it's
was
like
famous,
Strawberry
But he
who
was
did
famous
both.
for being with
Strawberry
he
was the
famous
first
for
one to do
being-
the baseline thing, not the Michigan kid. Daryl Strawberry, shout out.
Daryl
What's up,
Strawberry. And then it went to the Cowboys. The whole Cowboys in '90s. Yeah.
So all right, so I'm,
But they've been a
I'm
friend of the
sure
white
we
line
could.
since. That's
I'm sure we
their
could come
touchdown
up.
line.
I'm sure we could come up with 15, Tampa Bay athletes. And again, when you say Tampa Bay, you can go down into Sarasota a little bit. You can go up into Lakeland. The swimmers from Lakeland. Randy's from Sarasota. The Macho Man.
He's
So
a
yeah,
baseball guy.
no, he was a baseball guy.
Yeah, Reds player.
And
But he's ambidextrous.
speaking of Reds,
he's ambidextrous.
opening day should be the Cincinnati Reds. That's who plays. That's who used to play. That's who used to always open the season.
Sorry, it's the Yankees.
Wow, yeah.
The Yankees should play the Cowboys in pickleball.
Hey, there we go.
Both America's team that both are really not very good.
Whoa. Well, we were just in the World Series last year. How are we not good?
Losing in the World Series is like kissing your sister.
I get it, but we
Wow.
were there.
Wow. Wow.
It wasn't exciting for me.
I don't-
Does anybody remember the Rays were in the World Series and lost?
Well, I'm not a Rays fan, so I wouldn't-
No,
They
I'm
got
just
swept.
saying.
They got swept.
Well, bye.
But everybody here treated it like it was a championship. Like, at least we made it.
Not everybody
Right?
here. 'Cause somebody here was rooting for the Phillies. I
That's what
can't
I'm
wait.
saying. Like, but the town still thinks that we won a championship.
And I'm not even a
Like,
fan of it.
Oh, hold on.
They celebrated like they won a championship just for making it.
To go back to what we were just talking about, people from Tampa, I just found another list. Channing Tatum, Angela Bassett, Tom Cruise.
And me.
Well, Tom Cruise has a place up the street. John Travolta has a place up the street.
Dave
Tom
Bautista.
Cruise's place is not far from the station in Clearwater.
Obviously,
above it.
Gruden.
Bird's eye view, baby.
Yeah, Gruden.
Say what, Ed? Oh, okay.
Did he keep the boathouse over by the bridge?
Did he keep the spaceship?
Derek Jeter,
Is he out on the yacht?
of course. I mean, lived here for a while.
Yeah, but he doesn't live here now. But and you're saying actors. I don't know. You know.
I'm an actor.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's
Put
a
me on the
huge-
list. Why can't I get on it? I'm like
Angela
Simba.
Bassett? That's a huge.
Like Simba, you guys disrespect
Can I
me.
call? Can I call Cain Velasquez?
Can you call?
Yep,
yeah,
let's do it.
you got 5 years to do it.
No.
Oh,
No. 2.
Oh, you gotta wait. Gotta
he's
till I
done
get this
time
year.
already.
Oh, okay.
3 years already
already.
counted.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so we're all fathers of daughters. We all say we would. Randy, I'll let you refresh the viewers on what the storyline is.
All right. Well, we only got like 2 minutes, so
That's not enough time.
Yeah, it's not enough time. Let's save it. We'll have another open segment in the middle of, and we should have already talked about it. I'm adamant on my side. I'm sure you knuckleheads will be on the other.
3 daughters, 2
Let's-
daughters.
3
1
daughters. Matter of
No.
fact, that's where the charity event is for Officer Murray. But let's hit a break. When we come back, I'm going to talk a little music. I'm going to talk a little sports with Edwin McCain. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Yeah, nice segment. Good job. Good job.
Do what?
Nice segment. It's good.
We gotta have one of these artists make
Yeah, we
you,
brought up the Daryl
one of
Strawberry.
Your friends.
I thought we brought up the Dale
Oh.
Strawberry
Do
Coke
what? I can't hear you.
with the Michigan kid. What's current?
Do an actual intro song for the
Jimmy was supposed to be
theme
doing it
song
for us.
Because everybody I have is hip hop. I got a guy that can do one, but
We should get Nipsey
it's
Hussle.
like Vince Serena, Vince
I feel like
Serrano.
the AI, Vince, like
Vince Serrano could do one, but
if AI created a Nipsey Hussle like opening for us.
it would be like I don't even know.
We gotta share Nipsey Hussle's story, man.
It would be a.
We killed it for that shit.
I know, but it's not. That has nothing to do with sports.
Lakers, like the whole street vibe, man. That Snoop Dogg, like that was a vibe, bro. Like the NBA logo is using all the gang wars in Chicago, like the Chicago hats, like it represents where
Can
you're
you
from.
log in so I can send it?
Yeah. Make sure YouTube. You want to get these 8 tickets? How do you do it again, Randy?
Go to the website.
Go to the website and
And ask for 'em.
register. And in the where it says ask, that's what you're gonna put. I want the Renaissance tickets.
It's dope out there, bro. You should go.
And then make sure you bring your best Braveheart outfit
Yeah.
and get ready to eat some big.
Did Braveheart had a leading lady?
Yeah.
Women in Braveheart?
Yeah, but they both they died. She died. She
I
got
never
killed.
watched a movie. I
She
never
got-
seen it.
What?
I know.
Oh man.
Never seen
What? You have to watch it. It's
I don't
classic.
have to do it.
You don't have to watch it, but it's one of those movies. It's a classic.
Freedom.
Like so many classic lines in that movie. It's right up there with Gladiator. And like 300. Nah, it's better than 300. It's up there with Gladiator.
I need to watch it.
Coming back.
I don't even know how to watch it. You gotta stream it?
Yeah.
Pay for it? I'm not paying for that. 40 years old.
We're live. Just be careful.
You got a message back?
All right, we are back coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Bucked Up Energy Drink. So momentarily, we're going to talk a little music right up your alley, DJ Tony.
Weird.
Edwin
I like music. too.
McCain coming on.
I
I'd
like
listen to music.
I play a mean radio.
Wish you'd played mean talk show.
I am a talk show host.
Yeah.
I'm entertaining. I'm combining old, like nostalgic things and time periods and with current stories in the media side.
If you want to register to win the UFC 314 tickets, go to the website, knockoutradio.com.
Send me your
Go
pennies.
into the contact. I'm going to turn you off. Go to the contact link and just say, I want to register for the UFC 314 tickets. And you're as good as registered. We're streaming on the YouTube channel, 59,090,68
That's a lot of pennies. Send those in.
59,090,068 views.
That is
So-
correct.
Let's see if we can collect more pennies and subscribers by donating to us to keep mental health at the forefront of fighter safety. Send in your pennies.
You know, somebody did, I don't remember who it was. If it was Bozo the Clown or somebody said, you know, go into your mom's purse and I'm gonna send them. And they started sending money and you had to send it all back.
No, I'll put it to good
You
use.
won't send it back.
I know I'm going to use it, and I'm going to use it as a healing device because old pennies have copper in them, right? So I mean, I want to bring the penny back, right?
Bring the penny.
Bring the penny back because they're going to stop it because it's not even copper
If you
anymore. There's no
remind
value.
me, if you remind me every Wednesday, I will bring you one penny every Wednesday.
Okay, and then if all of our fans and all of our subscribers do the same thing, I can have funding to like keep
You could
the
have
tribe
50, you
alive.
could have 59 million, well, that's views. You could have
Whoa.
70,000 pennies.
Hey.
Look, when people get disgruntled like lawsuits and they have to pay a fine to an old business partner, there's stories where people would get the payment in pennies
Seems like a lot of money.
and dump it on like wheelbarrows
I
onto
know.
the yard.
I wanted to do it. I did it
Out of
once,
spite,
and they refused.
out of anger, out
They
of like
refused.
just pettiness, right? But some have gone through and done it probably because they're influential or had a lot of money in their banks and they allowed it. But pennies are powerful. Send them to me and we'll put them back into circulation. Send me your wheat pennies.
All right, I'll bring you one next week. All right, I'm very excited about our next guest. I've loved some of these songs, but one is one of my favorite songs of all time. Let's welcome into the program, Coming to Town. Do what? Okay, all right. Getting a liner, I believe. So no, that'll be very cool with Ed.
We were just practicing.
Yeah, it was a false alarm, which is fine. But Edwin McCain is coming to Busch Gardens on Saturday. What are you doing Saturday? You guys want to go out to Busch Gardens?
Yeah.
Let's
Can
do
my
it.
kids come?
Yeah, all you gotta do is buy a pass.
Damn it.
Buy some tickets.
I guess.
Do you still have your annual pass?
I do, yes. And my kids,
I'm sure he's heard the song. I just wanted to hear it a little bit. Let's welcome to the program, Edwin McCain. Edwin, how are you, sir? Not too bad. I apologize. I know you've heard that song numerous times. I just wanted to hear it again because I love it so much.
Thank God.
No,
You saved my career.
my favorite pizza guy is my co-host. Nothing, huh? You know, I've always wondered. There's some people like Potsy, you know, is an acquaintance of mine, and he hates being called Potsy, which kind of set him, you know, to be what he became. So I love hearing that. I love listening to it. First and foremost, thank you for your time. Coming to the Tampa Bay area, you're coming to Busch Gardens on Saturday. Have you performed A in Tampa and B at Busch Gardens before? How different is the crowds at Busch Gardens, Epcot, you know, the amusement parks to, you know, the arenas or the stadiums? No, I love it. You know, I get annual passes, so you get to go see all these great entertainers. Yeah, I'm bringing my granddaughters who can play during the day, then we can come in and watch you perform. Talk about the new album that just came out. Okay, I thought, Matt, you were going to jump in there. I was listening to Lucky all the time. And when a song gets written, when you know you have a line, like the first line of that song, I made one more day above the dirt. I mean, that's basically my go-to song. Every morning I wake up in the morning, I'm like, all right, one more day that I'm here. I love that line. Talk about that. I have all of those lettered things that now are called ADD and, all of, I have them all, but I'm so old. Back in the day, it was just called, pull up your pants and, whatever. Now there's things to help us. I need something like that early in the song, first in the song, which enabled me to listen to the whole song. Was just that first line got me hooked to stay to listen to the song.
Hey, Edwin, it's Matt here. I guess this question is more about like the lifestyle, like the rock and roll, like the word rock star is being used so much in energy drinks and cross-marketed in different industries and ATVs and such. Like, does it tarnish what rock star meant? I mean, because when you guys came to town, it's a vibe, it's a frenzy. It was an electric energy. Do you still get that same on the road now? Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. Yeah, to have that passion, that fire at this many years in, that's amazing, bro. That's awesome. That's true alignment.
Quick question.
Wow.
Let's take it back even further. Every artist, every fan has that one song. What was the song that had you hooked or wanted you to, have you become a artist, at the beginning? What was that one song? Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay.
We are talking to Edwin McCain coming to the Tampa Bay area, coming to Florida. He'll be in Boca Raton on Friday, Busch Gardens on Saturday, Mount Dora on Sunday. I always ask the fighters, we're a sports program as well, the craziest, strangest thing that's happened in the middle of a fight in the cage. What's the craziest, funniest thing that's ever happened while you were on stage? I guess it was all the.
Just mating season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I guess the next follow-up is, what was the song you were singing?
Everyone's children.
Children. I'm gonna call my wife.
Save
and
your
tell her-
relationship, save your marriage.
Get that song ready.
That's marriage advice. Take this song and call me in the morning.
Edwin, are you a sports fan, or are there teams or players that you enjoy watching? So you're a North Carolina college football fan now. And
What about
I'm
wrestling?
curious what he's going to do, with that program. He's bringing it in like an NFL, a general manager and all this stuff. So he's going to change, college football just because of the way he's going to run North Carolina.
And sorority parties, because his girls in college, like, it's great. No, he's like, that guy's a killing it. Bill's a legend.
Yep. It's, right. Right. And nobody, as you know, and we know, everybody, and he did have something to do with those Super Bowls. Everybody's like, it's Tom Brady, it's Tom Brady, it's the two of them together. Bill Belichick knew what he was doing as well. But it's funny that you brought up Bill Belichick's pet, because everybody says that Edelman, who's one of my favorite players for other reasons, that was his favorite player. So he might not have gotten it as tough as somebody else. Early. No, definitely early. Edwin, before we run out of time, let's talk about Saturday. What can the fans and myself and my granddaughter expect when we see you perform again at Busch Gardens? Being as old as I am, I appreciate that as well. Edwin, sir, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Looking forward to watching you perform on Saturday. I will be there at Busch Gardens. Welcome to Tampa Bay. Take care. That is Edwin McCain. And if you haven't heard, all you young people out there, I'll Be is awesome. And just that I think it's called Lick. Isn't that what you guys say? Or lyrics.
Hitting the lick? No, that's different.
That I'll Be, just the way that he does the I'll Be is incredible. All right, let's go hit a break. When we return, the return of Melvin Gillard. This
Shout out
is
Belichick.
Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I can say it on YouTube. I was gonna say, yeah, that's true. He's actually a dictator. He's fucking an asshole.
Yeah, but
Like,
he's got a new pet. He gave up with Julian, and now he has this like new Barbie doll. It's great, but he can still get it. So fuck it. It's awesome. Good for him.
got
Top
somebody
G.
comment over here.
And he's happy doing that shit. I hear he plays pickleball over in Jupiter Beach.
Dalton Harris says, hello, Randy. Victoria Shea says she's been listening for over a year.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Shout out.
Congratulations on all the new following. Thank you to both of you. Everybody
Where they
who's
from?
watching right now.
Where are they from? Ask them
Where
they're
you
from.
guys from? Well, I would assume Randy knows where Dalton's from. Dalton Harris?
Is it Philton?
That's one of your parents. One of
Phillies?
your cousins.
Oh.
Huh?
Because wasn't there Dalton for the Phillies?
Where are you from,
the baseball
Victoria?
Well, first of all, that's Darren Dalton. And
Darren
I
Dalton.
really don't want to be talking to Darren Dalton. Because if I'm talking to Darren Dalton, I'm Bruce Willis.
Christmas Day.
Which Bruce? I know. I
Yeah.
said which Bruce
Yeah, which
Willis?
Bruce Willis? Die Hard?
Because you got.
What's the one where he was dead, but he didn't know he was dead?
Oh.
Die Hard? Like
No,
20 times
no.
he died?
I
No,
think-
I'm just kidding.
No, it's not Die Hard.
Oh, yeah. That's I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but you find out at the very end, he's dead.
You know, with the kid.
Yeah.
It's like in the. I see.
I can't.
Where
I see dead people.
come from.
Yes.
Seven?
No, that's
Sixth
Bruce. That's
Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth
Oh,
Sense.
I gotta go back and
So
watch that.
if I'm talking to Darren Dalton, I'm in Sixth Sense because Darren's no longer with us.
I just heard the same name. Maybe it was like the same family.
Dalton's also from,
I gotta put tape on this to get a.
Get that contraband out of here.
I know, right?
That stuff's gonna be more deadly than
oh,
cigarettes.
what's the movie?
Nah, we
Still-
talk about movies. I can talk about movies all day.
Nicotine cures cancer, like helps with like the.
How do you
COVID
guys-
vaccine patients.
I don't say that loud here.
Nicotine storage that.
I was gonna say, how do you guys feel about us moving to an outdoor location?
Outdoor location with beautiful women.
Why do you always gotta go straight
Craft
to that?
beer. Because we gotta.
Stop while you're in trouble.
Come on.
Dude. I always get in trouble.
All right, we are back. Mike's Matt is going to be turned off.
I feel like a child. I get scolded in between breaks.
Well, that's because you
Yeah,
act like
I
I
one.
get, are spankings allowed in school
Yes.
anymore?
Yes.
Really? When was
Yes.
the last time you heard of a spanking in school?
When I was in the 5th
You
grade.
can't
No,
even
you, back
raise
then.
your voice to a kid now, and they're gonna freaking sue you.
Like a scolded
I
child.
got spanked when I went home because I got spanked at school.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Like,
that was my job.
well, I can't ever say that and not to say like that, but I can't ever say I lost a fight. But I know those, I've seen where moms send you back out there after you get your butt whipped. You know what I mean? Or parents, you just got your
Flip
butt
side?
whipped,
No.
send you back out
Flip side?
until you win.
So, school bully came to our house to fight my brother. Okay? My brother got picked on all the time. Bang, bang, knocks on the door. My brother runs into the room and hides. My dad says, absolutely not. You're going out and fighting. My brother was scared crapless. He went out there. The bully kind of like, like big brother, little brother, and he kind of sat on him, and my dad came out. My dad almost beat up the kid. He's like, I'm making my kid fight you. You're going to fight. I don't get along real well with my brother, but this is the best thing I can say. My brother beat the holy crap out of this guy. The fight started the fight started in the front yard and it ended on the side. And he chased that guy down. Next day at school, a bunch of people went up to the bully and said, I couldn't remember. What the heck happened to you? I got in a fight yesterday. Yeah, no kidding. Who beat you up? And he didn't want to say. And finally they made him a say, and he goes, Benji Harris beat you up? Nobody ever touched my brother again. I'll tell you what.
That's how you gotta do it.
And well, that's what happens. You get bullied, you get treated bad, and you finally step up,
You
like
decide.
Cain Velasquez just did. And Cain Velasquez had the balls to do. And Cain should be in prison. Because you don't do what Cain Velasquez did. My opinion, I'm getting looks from people, that are hanging out here. He should have handled it differently. And it's easy for me to say it wasn't my daughter, it wasn't my granddaughter. All he had to do is beat the living crap out of him. But shooting into a moving vehicle.
Well, they shot the wrong person.
Well, shooting, hold on a
If you're
second.
gonna do it, you gotta make sure you have the right target.
Well, it's still shooting into a highway, shooting into but we'll get back to that because I'm very passionate about a lot of things. I'm also passionate about our next guest.
Okay.
It's been a while since we've last talked. He used to be on the panel when my van was all logoed. And on the driver's panel was our next guest. Let's welcome back to the program. It has been a while, Melvin Gillard. Melvin, how are you, buddy? We are doing good. And I guess you're back in action either this weekend or next. All right, first and foremost, because I may ask a question or two, and it's FCC, so we just got to be careful how we answer certain things. It's your point in your career, it's your name. You know, you've had a great career, you've had some wins, you've had some losses. Now all these young guys want to add Melvin Gillard's name to their, you know, wins and losses. How do you handle that? How do you, you know, stay passionate and not allow that, but not fall into, I know why he wants to fight me?
Is that where you're
Well, and let's go back to that
Yeah.
for a second.
Yeah.
You know, the way you came in, you know, motivated. I know how you trained back then, and like we all do, you know, we get to a certain point where, you know, we're so used to what we've done, we're so used to the outcomes normally, you know, better than not, and you kind of, today I'm only going to do 2 hours, not the 4 hours I normally do. At your age, are you going to be able to get back to the Melvin that we all know that was on the side panel of my van? Right. I never pat myself on the back. I never ask for blah, 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 blah. All I'm going to say is I know one guy that used to tell you that about, you know, fighting in your right, with the right weight class back in the day. And that would be me.
So Mel,
Right. Yep.
So Melvin, so like, earlier he said, manure. But like, Mel, before I give you your flowers, I gotta, throw a little manure on them. But listen, that van that Randy speaks of had legends on it and you on it. And I don't think people today at the fight game, they don't understand, like, unless you were there, unless you had a feeling, they knew who you were, like back then. I feel your intensity today, man. I feel your
I do too.
vibration. I think you're back. I think this is the Melvin that was on that legendary van, and not the one with the fake toilet that looks like the guy's driving the plumbing van. But you had like the dopest billboard in Tampa Bay, and you were front and center amongst other legends, like other kings.
I'm going to tell a real quick story, Melvin. So Melvin is in town. He's going to fight World Series of Fighting. He was going to fight Justin Gaethje. I found one of the posters. We're going to be giving one of those away. It's signed by Justin and Melvin. So we're doing the live radio show inside the gun range. And where's Melvin? Because Melvin's supposed to be on the show. My son, Sean, goes and comes up. He goes, Dad, you need to come see this. Melvin's taking a picture of the van, of his likeness on the van.
That's cool.
I still have that as one of my screensavers. It was so cool to not only have Melvin on the van, but Melvin taking a picture of Melvin on the van. All right.
Yeah, but no, I'm rooting for you, bro. Like, it sounds like you're mentally there, you're focused. Yeah.
Agreed.
So,
And Melvin, and let's be honest, and I know both of the other guys have stuff to ask you. With the GFL here now, that's where obviously there has to be an opening there for you. You get a quick win here, you get a quick win there. I don't know why Darren wouldn't bring you into the GFL. Right.
What?
Right. Right. I'm glad to hear that.
Melvin, DJ Tony here. Long time since we talked, though. I think the last time I seen you was for Lorenzo Hunt's fight somewhere. I think it was actually your after party we all came to. Question, I know you have a fight coming up, you said in May. Is that going to be a bare knuckle fight? MMA. All right. I thought we were going to see you back with the BKFC, man. I was getting excited. Okay.
Hey, so Melvin, like, when you're talking about the commission stuff, I'm a commissioner, so full transparency. I'm not picking sides on either side. I just had a question. Is it concern about the brain? Is it you know, for traumatic brain injury or too many concussions? Is that their hang up? Well, so Melvin, I yeah, no, you sound
Yeah.
great. Yeah, you sound cognitively aware, and if you're cognitively aware and your health is good, there's no reason for you not to fight. Yeah, keep fighting that. You know, and I work at a neuroscience clinic. We actually do brain tap and brain mapping. So you could even come in. I could introduce you to the owner. She's a pro fight fan. She does scans for fighters, helps with recovery and such. But we could actually scan you and then like put in protocols that increase awareness and cognitive function and show that you're able to fight equal to any other fighter fighting on the roster.
Well, let me just jump in real quick. If it was any of that, why would the commission say go get a win or two?
Yeah, that's true.
It,
Right.
Right, Melvin? That doesn't make sense. If you're using that,
Yeah.
then what
Yeah.
does the wins have to do with it? Melvin, love having you back on. Miss you. I can't wait till we can cross paths again. You know, after this fight or at your next fight, the crew will come support you, be there. I've been Team Melvin from the beginning, and I always will be. Thank you for your time, and let's talk again soon. Take care. That is Melvin Gillard, one of the coolest dudes.
I do think of the plumber van every time you describe your old minivan.
Why is it a plumber van?
Because like it's the toilet, the guy's driving in the driver's seat, but it looks like he's taking a dump. So every time I see that plumber van, that's
Clay Guido was on it. Was on it. 2 or 3 more that
Dylon.
what?
favorite fighter, Dylon, and Dylon.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dylon.
The greatest champion of the world.
All right, so we got a couple more minutes till the top of the hour. We can get back to the Cain Velasquez if you'd like. If you guys want to give me your opinions, you know where I stand. I feel like he got off lucky.
Yeah. If there's anybody else, you wouldn't have got that.
Absolutely not. And this goes
Any other
back to
person.
where I complained last week about Joe Rogan's comment about white privilege or whatever. No, it's celebrity privilege.
Sure, this is
And
celebrity privilege.
What happened with Joe, with his sound of his vehicle, if this would have been me, you'd never see me again. If it would have been you, they would have killed you on the site. But
Why me?
because Cain Velasquez, it was celebrity privilege, 3 years time served, and now he goes, and it still sucks. And still mad respects to the guy, in my opinion, who did what we've all said we would do, but would we really?
Yeah.
I know for a fact you would. But
Yeah.
Cain
I'm that
now
guy.
goes away for 2 years. Tony, your thoughts?
Yeah, I probably would have done the same thing as him. I can't lie. Well,
You say you would.
no,
Yeah,
I
lose,
well,
you lose your
I know
freedom.
myself. That's the reason why I don't own a gun, because I know the other Tony.
Yeah.
I know myself that I don't
No.
know. I don't know the other guy, and I do own firearms, and that's why I have a concealed, which you needed at the time. You don't anymore. I don't carry it. I don't because I don't know, but it's still come to shoot somebody. Taking the law into your own hands, there should be massive
Does it change your
consequences.
perspective if he hit the actual target who did the monstrous
No.
act? Because he hit an innocent person. He should do the
I don't.
He messed
no,
up. and
he
got the
will do
wrong
that.
guy.
Yeah, for that, yeah.
But for the person who did wrong, I mean, I get it. You can't take the law in your own hands. Like if
Why
he
did
KR
hold on? Why did Cain Velasquez need to shoot the guy? All he had to do was confront him and beat the living crap out of him.
I mean,
And in a fist fight,
but what are we programmed? It's all from Hollywood and movies, your favorite TV shows. Like it's always gun violence. It's been programmed in the people. It's how you settle, resolve with enemies.
if he would have settled it with resolve with what he does for a profession, this would all be over
You
by
know, he
now.
wasn't in a shock, just some kind of like
But he probably would
mental
have.
shock.
Either
where-
way, I'm assuming the same, outcome would have happened, because he probably would have just beat him to death. So
Well, but I don't know if the same thing would have happened.
I mean-
Because I think the biggest part of the sentence is that he shot into a moving vehicle, which
I was leaving.
could have hit something else, which it did, whether he knew or not, the stepfather, blah, blah, blah. What if it ricocheted off the car and hit another car and hit somebody or killed somebody?
Well, we know a guy in this neighborhood.
I thought you were
who-
gonna say this room. I was gonna say I didn't do anything.
we know a guy
What are you
in this,
talking about?
this neighborhood who was a bouncer and took a life trying to protect himself.
Yeah.
And he had no firearm, and they tried to throw the book at him like it was a firearm. And he was looking at more time, I believe, than what Cain was looking at
Well,
for doing a job and being a bouncer, right? So,
video doesn't lie. Officer Mike was here, last week.
that guy's cool, and he has three
and-
daughters,
Can I
like just like
finish?
us. Yeah.
Last weekend.
And he said where the accused said that Officer Murray started it and incited it. Yet the video showed him coming from behind and shooting him in the neck. By the way, that charity event is coming up April 14th at Three Daughters. You can still get involved. I still have the QR code if you'd like to donate something. Here at Cool Breeze AC, they donated quite a few tune-ups and fill-ups
Okay.
and all that kind of stuff. So I got to get those.
And donate your copper to me, not the AC kind. Don't steal it from your neighbors, but just pennies. The Indian head ones. Have you ever had Arrowhead?
I have some.
Oh, it's amazing. Haktu? Oh, is she still around?
What are you talking
The
about?
Haktu?
I just ignore.
Oh, really?
I don't know who that is.
We're talking about a charity event, and you're
Yeah.
talking about getting pennies.
Talking about raising money for a great cause.
The cause is Special Agent Murray, charity event next 2 weeks from now, April 14th. Go down to Three Daughters. You can go to the website. You could email us either at the YouTube channel, on the website. I can send you the QR code if you'd like to get involved. You can bid. The baseball that we donated from Smoltzy is already up, $200 already, so that's outstanding. And I've got some things coming from my good friend, MMA bobblehead, Dave Manley, is sending a couple of the autographed bobbleheads. They'll be available for auction for this event at $3 as well.
So I think people should bring their quarters, donate all their quarters, because they're made of nickel and silver, which is a healing property as well. And then I'll take the scraps, the pennies. So if you want to fund this, they throw it in the back of the truck. Everything else goes to our fallen hero.
How are you trying to make money off of?
Listen,
charity.
no, but Mike Harding, hold on. Mike Harding, when I did the pizza diet, listen, I know you guys don't think I'm a celebrity.
You're not.
But listen, when my pizza diet hit the AP wire,
You're not.
the AP wire was a credible source. When it went out globally, it was trusted because it came to a one source where the AP wire said it was real and
We're
credible.
not sponsored by Coke. Can
No.
I get a Diet Coke?
No, I'm saying. So Mike Harding, I didn't want to take all the glory from me. So I went to Bella Brava when Mike Harding was a partying manager.
15 seconds.
And he hosted.
Make this quick.
He hosted my after party for my pizza diet to change the world, to inspire people to get healthy. And he's always been that charitable dude. And he's the same man behind Three Daughters Brewery. And they do so much for our community of allowing these kind of events. So please come out, bring money, bring donations. It all goes to a great cause. And if you want to say hello to us, we'll be out there and shake your hand and thank you for the service.
Unfortunately, we will not.
You won't be.
Because Tony and I will be at UFC 314.
Well, I'll be there. I'll come. You want
All
to
right, let's hit the top of the hour break. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone,
Let's
and Bucked
go.
Up Energy Drink. We'll be right back.
Come on, Randy. AP Wire was legit. And I should hit that.
No, AP Wire is
Once it got on
legit.
the
That's a-
Associated Press, it was everywhere.
so legit.
Good Morning America, A Good Day, Australia 7,
Legit.
Romania.
Oh, let's see
Like,
what
that
they
shit
say
was-
up
that shit
here.
was everywhere, dog.
MMA holes. So what's the?
GQ India.
What?
Come on, bro.
Just talk loud so we can.
Nothing.
How come I don't get my respect, man? I don't know, give me my flowers. I'm a legend in this shit. Who else could do what I did? Nobody.
Dalton, West Palm Beach. Victoria says she lives in St. Lucie.
Oh, nice. I think the
And
Tony
then-
Tina's Italian wedding is going to St. Lucie next.
MMA holes. As we said at the beginning, we're just starting this off. By next week, you'll be able to hear
The calls.
the guest as well.
And us better.
Yeah, and us better. This is just a trial. Just so you can see a little behind the scenes, basically. So that is the point of why we're going live. But thank you very much for tuning in.
Register for UFC 314 tickets. Go to the website.
Shout out Joe Malloy. Sometimes God doesn't give you all the details. You just trust me. The Yankee fans will know who that is. Who's put in a petition to buy the new stadium or be a part of the new Rays Stadium in Tampa, to be part of that collective bargaining group. You know Joe? Joe? You know Joe Malloy?
Yes.
I figured you would. Very nice man.
Very nice.
Probably too nice.
Super nice.
He would be better than like most other like salespeople if you just be a little bit more shrewd. But he's too genuine. He's too nice. he treated me with so much respect, bro. Like I can't even think that.
Renaissance tickets. If anybody's in the Tampa Bay area, you're welcome to.
But he did think I was like a Emerald, like Top Chef kind of guy. He did. I think he got sold a dream. Like I was bigger than I was. At least like as far as not chains. Because I tried that format and it sucked. I hated building out restaurants. Like building them. I mean, I didn't like operating them. I like building them. I was a builder.
Yeah,
I
cool.
wasn't a maintainer.
Cool story about this card. When I got him to autograph it, I traded him for a Ninja Turtle card that I had collected from like the 90s. So I was like, if you have a card of yourself, you know what I mean? I'll trade you when I come to town for, this Ninja Turtle card.
He bought John J.R. Ridge. So
Signed Yeah, this is when he beat J.R. Ridge.
I never posted.
Well, not this.
I never posted the picture where with me. and
UFC
him.
champions,
I don't think I posted because I didn't want JR to get mad.
2014.
Why'd you post a picture of the dude that beat me?
But when this card,
Get me out.
Okay, I'll talk to Travis.
I want it even more now. I want that even more now.
Okay.
say Ant, so we might be able to go live from UFC. I mean, that would be dope.
Hmm?
To go live from the UFC gym, that'd be dope.
Yeah, that's true. I have to go too.
They're closed until May, I think.
Do what?
I said to go live from the UFC gym would be cool too. I know
Not
I
if
can-
not if I'm sponsored or we're sponsored by.
No,
them.
no, not by Ant, but yeah, yeah. I'm saying before that happens, because I can get into it either one, Largo or.
I'm not real excited about. I mean, but again, Ant
JR.
is the same
Well, see,
thing.
JR is he's so business minded, or not business minded, but
He's had a lot
so
of fights.
stuck on trying to. What's that?
So this is the influencer online. He's
Oh yeah, yeah.
Randy. So this is that's a sponsorship they're doing. That's the biggest bodybuilder right now as far as like known on social media. So they're doing their energy.
I forgot they
promo,
had
but
an
now
energy
he's
drink.
this is what I laid on or stood on yesterday at Lauren's clinic. So she has one of these. So I'll send her a message talking about the biohacking, and I'll connect them.
All right, we are back hanging out here. Hour number 3. First 2 hours flew by.
Man, bringing the heat today though. I told you just buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy plane ride. You put me next to Tony with an arm rest.
Let's finish up. If you guys have any comments on Cain Velasquez, sentence 5 years, 3 years
I'm okay
time
with it.
served.
It shows that there's consequences. It's nobody died. It wasn't fatal. You know.
Here's my concern with it. I like Cain, okay, and I've already said that. He had the balls to do what we've all said we've done. If I know for a fact that I would only get 5 years, and yeah, something happens, then it would no longer be should I or would I? I would.
Well, in the documentary Generation Iron, they asked the steroid users for the Olympics and the top sport athletes, if you could win the gold medal but die in 5 years, would you?
A lot of
And
said
over
yes.
50% said yes, absolutely. So,
Heck no.
you know,
Well, I would say no.
but it's all about perspective and what
But
your
also, I'm
value
not
is.
an Olympic athlete. You know, these are athletes that have trained and blah, 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 blah. But no, I would say no.
So, you know, but you don't know what somebody's willing to risk for what it is. I mean, Nick Cannon talks about how he's willing to go sit down for 25 for his kids. But would he really do it? He has 11 or 12. I mean, he's created a whole football team.
I mean, it's like if somebody would come up to me, whatever, let's say the devil, and be like, you know, hey, I'll make you the most famous DJ in the world, but you'll have to die in a year. But you'll be remembered by everyone forever as the best DJ ever. I would say no.
Yeah, so it will be interesting how this plays out. But Cain now goes, I guess he already went in, you know, so 2 years and then he'll be out. And it is what it is. You know, it's sad. And like I said, I do respect him for doing it, and I'm against what he did. You know, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
because, you know, now more people are going to do it. And you know, if you go and molest a child, you deserve, I have said this.
Oh, yeah.
I want not only the death penalty back, I want it old like Renaissance days. Where
guillotine?
No, not even that. I don't care about
Well,
I don't care.
It's like the guillotine.
No.
Honestly, I don't,
Cut a leg.
honestly, I don't care how they kill them. I think it should be done in Times Square, in downtown,
Public.
public, filmed on TV.
With the bell digging
That
for
goes
healing.
back to what I said, you know, for all listeners who, you know, have seen the movie Braveheart,
Have it?
that's,
Yeah.
you know, that's how, we'll see, I don't, but
don't.
a big part in the movie
Because I'll never watch it.
is,
I'm not gonna watch it.
what you're referring to of how, you know, a certain character in the movie gets killed, you know, taking it back to those medieval
If you're listening to us
slayings.
on YouTube, go to knockoutradio.com. We're giving away tickets UFC 314 in Miami on April 14th. And all you have to do is go to the knockoutradio.com site, which we're going to work on and improve that as well. Go to the contact, one vote, one registration today. If you did it last Wednesday, that's last Wednesday. If you do it next Wednesday, one per day. Register, and all you got to do is put in, I'd like to register. And then we'll do a drawing and we'll give them away. You will have to be in Miami. You have to come to the arena to get them. I'm going to watch you walk in, or Tony will.
Yep.
I can't
You're
tell
good
you
at
how many
it.
times I give them away and they're like, oh, I want to go. It's always been my dream to go. And then they sell them.
Every time I go somewhere, you always pop up over my shoulder when I'm talking to someone of status or like notoriety.
I'm not sure that happens because
Just
I
to
try to
make
get
sure.
away
I
from
was
it.
I was in the middle of telling my joke to Russell Peters, and
Oh,
he
that's-
walked up and like interrupted
go,
my
man.
punchline.
Well, that's different.
I want to do comedy again, but I want you guys there.
Well,
I got to make this career happen. I have a great set I wrote.
You know, I
I want
think
your support.
I think you really dislike me so much that you're going to put me through that torture.
I told you I'm going to open for him one day.
No, you're not.
I will.
I've already talked to him.
I'm going to make it.
No, I've already talked to Russell.
Yeah.
And I said, anything you want, Russell, I'll do as long as Matt doesn't
But he
open
knew
for
the
me.
old me. not
Let's
the
go
new
to the
me.
phone lines and welcome back to the program, returning to the Tampa Bay area up in Orlando, my good friend, Jason Sheff. Jason, how are you? Jason, are you there? Yeah, we got you now. Sorry about that. Headed back to Florida, headed back to the Tampa Bay area. We'll talk about Epcot in 30 seconds. How's your golf game? I probably said this to you last year, and I'm not sure why I dropped the ball. How about we get you to play in the Celebrity Pro-Am for the Valspar, which was just last Monday. So next year, I'll talk to Rick Odioso and make sure that you're one of the celebrities that comes out and plays. Oh, I'll make it happen. I'll call Rick Odioso tonight and tell him he has a year to put this all together. But, you know, they bring in big celebs. Roger Clemens was there this year, Larry the Cable Guy. You know, all the guys that play those celebrity, circuits. So I'll get it done. I'll get it done. Let's talk about this weekend, returning to Epcot. I know you've played there before, but talk about what that's like, the experience, the crowd, and how many Mickey Mouse ears you see while you're out there performing. How difficult is it to make the set list? And you know, there's so many big songs from Chicago, from Generation Radio, from some solo stuff that you're doing. How do you determine it? And then if you pick it for the first set, how do you leave some big hit off of set 2 or set 3? Sure. Right. No, for sure. And I know the guys have questions, so I'm going to let them ask it. But I got to bring up one of my newest favorite songs of yours. And I told you this last year. And we were going to play it, and I didn't want you to take it wrong. You know, it's Matt, my co host's ringtone, and it's Why Are You Calling Me Now? I love that song, but I didn't want you to think I was saying that to you. Why are you calling me now? Talk about that song. There you go. Talk about that song. I love that song. Can you talk about that and how you guys put that together? Oh, very cool. I don't know anybody that I talk to via text or Twitter or whatever than Tom. I've never met him, but we talk all the time. So I can't wait to, you know, find you guys on the road and come out and at least get to meet him and see all you guys again.
You said, you know, coming on 40 years. I literally just turned 40 years old just like 2 weeks ago. I'm a DJ. Of course I can. I'm a DJ, so I have a question. I want to know, are there any specific artists nowadays that, you know, that inspire you now? Any newer artists? Okay.
Hey, Jason, so like we talked before you came on the show about, you know, people, fans moving down from top rows to fill up around the stages. As an artist, would you rather all the seats full in the first maybe floor and first section to keep that energy and that vibe and see all faces? Or do you like how people just abandon tickets or don't show up or a lot of scams?
Of course he doesn't like that.
No, but do you like no, I'm just saying, like, do you mind the empty chairs when there's whole sections missing when you know there's like corporate tickets bought or giveaways and people didn't use them? Wouldn't you rather be surrounded with people who are celebrating and bought tickets no matter what section they were in?
Let's, before we run out of time, I just want to ask you this. I know we talked about it last year, but obviously, you know, new listeners, we're streaming on our YouTube channel as well. The first time you performed at Epcot, and I know Rick Springfield told this story, and I'm sure it's happened to everybody else that's performed there. About halfway through set number one, people kind of get up to leave. The artist doesn't know that they're going to get in line for the next set so that they can get better seats closer to the front. What did you experience the first time that happened? Were you aware of that, or it was like, why are they leaving?
That's awesome.
Why are you pretending that? You know, maybe it's, you know, but they do, and we've done that, you know, to get closer up. But then there's certain people like yourself, people don't want to get up and leave, and they'll just get back in line and watch. Because I know people that do watch all 3 sets. Awesome stuff. As always, Jason, thank you
Thanks,
very much
buddy.
for your time. Hopefully I can get up there on Friday or Saturday and we can connect and say hi. And I will get a hold of Rick Odioso when I'm off the show today, and I will make sure that gets happened next year. So if you're available and you're free the day before and the day off the Pro-Am, you will be playing in it.
Awesome.
Talk to you again soon. That is Jason Scheff. Awesome guy, awesome performer. Can't wait to see him. And now I have a new ringtone. Why are you leaving me now? So that might be maybe my wife's ringtone.
And
so.
now we'll get a lid for you. You know, maybe we do like a collaboration with him, because Jason's a big merch guy. He's got his CDs autographed on his website. So maybe we can get some hats with lids and a Roscoe Elite and build the collective.
Let's go ahead and break, coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility. This is
see me
Knockout
cooking, right?
Radio.
Let it cook.
Oh yeah.
Got a new line. Why are you leaving me now?
Tony's like, the song, your song just turned 40 years old, and Tony's like, I was born 40 years ago. The old ass. That used to be a disrespect.
I was holding.
But no,
I was holding on to that one.
We know you didn't mean it in that
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
but back in
Nah, he laughed.
But growing up 20 years ago, that was disrespectful to say.
Yeah, of course.
But now it's cool.
But
to know.
nah, that's more towards women. You don't ask them their age. Men don't care.
It's getting cooler though to get old.
Of course.
It gets
I just
better
turned
with
40.
age.
I feel good.
Hell
I
yeah.
feel better than I did at
Because we weren't drinking so much.
38 and 39.
I'm going to feel real good working out at Amped.
There we go.
All right,
Come
Travis
on,
Bob,
man.
I gotta
Did
call you.
Did you text your?
Oh shit, I didn't.
You see what I mean?
Oh damn it.
You see? Now it's way too late.
To do what?
Oh, I gotta go pick up my daughter. Well, I mean, I was gonna go get her at 2:45, but
How are you gonna get her in 20 minutes?
well, no, she gets off there at 3:40. But with traffic, that's what time I have to leave here. I was leaving 2:45. Sorry. I mean, Randy knows. I can't get across the bridge to get her. My wife couldn't get her. Well, I just forgot to text her. I can't do that to her now in the middle of her work day. She doesn't have that kind of flexibility with work. So I just gotta eat this one. Fuck.
What time does your other daughter go?
No, she's right home. She's right home. My wife's right home. So I'll just go pick up Morella. I mean, I just have to go with you, take you with me. Pick up Morella, and then I'll take you to Riverview, and then I'll come back home. So Morella can just ride with me up and down. That'll work. That's fine. I wish she doesn't get late, because otherwise she goes into detention or whatever. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, we are back coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility. Give them a call, 234 AM at 727-954-3605. Total replacements. They can fix, they can clean, they can service, they can pretty much do anything you need. And I was going to throw you under the bus about something else, but I totally forgot because I was going to plug Cool Breeze AC. So, coming up, possible call from GFL as they had their announcement. It was scheduled for 11 o'clock today, so don't know if that happened.
Okay.
Register, whether you're listening. It's not on Facebook, it's just on YouTube. And if you're listening to the radio program, if you'd like to register to win a pair of UFC 314 tickets, just for giggles and giggles, I went online. They're selling for $900 and some a ticket. So good seats.
Good seats.
So you need to pick these up. They will not be emailed. They will not be transferred. You will need to get them in Orlando, or in Miami.
Yeah.
Don't show up to Orlando.
Drive to
Don't go to
Orlando and then come to see us. We'll be doing that on Saturday. Also have BKFC tickets to give away for May 2nd. Is that when it is?
May 2nd,
Yeah,
yeah.
Clearwater.
OCC Chopper.
In,
Pinellas Incorporated, unincorporated.
I'll be
Now
doing.
known as Clearwater.
I'll be doing what you should have done for the Pete Rose gig.
Attending.
I'm going to leave the wedding early to get over to the fights.
Oh, all right. There we go.
And then Saturday, I did this long spiel. And next time I do a long spiel or a short spiel, I'm going to open up my calendar because I made the decision. There was 3 upcoming UFC events: Kansas City, Montreal, and Des Moines, Iowa. And I said, what do I always say? What do we always say? What do I
Where's the
look
best
for?
food, best restaurant?
Best food, best location,
Right.
and the fight card. So I've said Kansas City, Montreal, Des Moines, Iowa. Kansas City is the first one. It's sooner. I don't remember the dates. Des Moines, Iowa is the 2nd or 3rd. It's the 3rd. And the 10th of May is Montreal. What's the best city of those 3?
Montreal.
Montreal. What's the best food?
French.
What's the best food? What
Probably,
city?
I would.
Cordon Bleu.
What city?
Quebec.
Montreal / Kansas City.
Okay,
Okay.
for barbecue.
Yeah, I mean / Montreal.
Kansas City and Missouri.
It's in both.
And how come Missouri is a show me state? Like, because Florida is like the home of strip.
3rd is the fight card.
Okay, oh yeah.
I have no idea the fight card. I don't care. I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
What do you think I chose?
You chose mine. No, I don't think you wanted to go to Canada.
Oh, I love Montreal.
All right.
Schwartz's Deli.
You're going to call GSP and have me.
Schwartz's Deli. They're waiting for me to come. I chose Des Moines, Iowa.
Did you really?
I chose Des Moines.
For the old school vibe of like the Militich guys and like the Matt Hughes camps?
No, unfortunately, it's a 3-hour drive to Bettendorf because I reached out to Tim Sylvia.
Is that like Big Bear was? Is that what they called it?
No, Big Bear was in California.
Oh,
I chose Des Moines, Iowa because Misha Tate's on that card.
okay.
That's where I'm going.
She's going to make some nice bread.
Then when I put it up and asked Tony if he wanted to go and shoot the video and do everything, he said, I can't go because it's BKFC, which meant my nephew's wedding. So I said, you know what? I'm smarter than most. I'll fly Saturday morning to Des Moines. Done deal.
Okay.
Book the flight.
Nice.
And then I was reminded that's my granddaughter's 5th birthday.
Oh,
I'm not going to Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay.
And my son goes, you would have gone if it was my birthday. You would have gone if it was Emily's birthday. I go,
different.
but you are not my granddaughter.
That's usually what happens. The grand.
That would have been a good one.
The
Oh,
best
absolutely.
version of Grampy.
Number,
Granddaddy, as they call him.
number 11 versus number 10. That would have been a good fight. Misha Tate versus Yana Santos.
It's also been announced, or unofficially announced, June 14th is the return of the UFC to Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, I definitely got to go to that.
June 14th.
And that would be Rose Namajunas, I believe, versus Miranda Maverick.
Well,
Look
when
at
we
you,
saw
you're-
Misha Tate at the convention center, she was talking about her culinary skills, her love for cooking bread and baking bread, and we talked about a sourdough bread being a healthier option for like for gut health, and so
You're,
it's pretty cool that the UFC fighters are getting healthy and taking the control of their nutrition.
Why would any UFC fighter not live in Las Vegas? Honestly, I mean, I know nobody wants to move. On the same line,
You have family.
I know how big this show would be if I was in Vegas, if we were in Vegas.
You
I
think
get
it
that.
matters with the internet? I mean, right there, those people don't care where we're at.
Access. It's access to fighters would be in
The only thing they
studio
don't
with us.
care about is like if you reference like Northeast St. Pete, like an address, like, you know, that's like small time.
Like,
cause they can't.
Like 4th Street and 11th Avenue,
No, you
which
just
is
gotta
the home
pretend like
of,
it's global.
because that's the home of Rhino Cards.
Well, yeah, his friend and sponsor, but that should be a commercial.
If the show was in Vegas, we would have fighters like MMA Junkie on and going out to everywhere. MMA Junkie, one of the longest running UFC shows in the country.
You think talent likes to go into studios and still do it live, like when they
Some
can
do.
do Zoom?
No,
and just
I mean, some
from the
do.
comfort of their home.
Some do. I mean, I don't know where George does the show now, but it used to be, you know, in Mandalay Bay. They have a studio in the sports book, you know, and that's why we're going to build this back up. We're going to build this back up to something not quite like that, but, you know, as awesome as it was in the past. And, you know, it's going to be cooler for us to come to work. It's going to be cooler for fighters to come in and hang out for 2 segments. Not maybe they wouldn't do 1 now. Maybe they'll do 2. And then we're going to get all the cameras set. We're going to have them everywhere. I know that we're streaming again on the YouTube channel. We set another record. We're over 70,000 subscribers. All of this really in the last 6 or 8 months. And we're at 59,090,068
I'd be
views.
curious to know where our demographics coming from, like our viewers.
We're huge in India.
Well, I'm huge in India. The GQ magazine.
Yeah, you and the cow.
Google it.
You and the cow.
You
You're
can
both
Google it.
very related.
Like, oh, my daughter go to Indian school. Like maybe they're following from
They don't even
TCMS.
eat pizza there. They don't know who you are.
They might. They might.
I think you should go to India.
I
Just to
just
see.
got invited to go for Thanksgiving.
You're probably
And Matt from MJM invited me to go to Thailand to stay with the Synodon family.
and that's
Which
actually
is a legendary
why
family.
I can't go May 3rd to Iowa or wherever you said it was.
Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Whatever. Because Matt has a show here in Clearwater at his gym that we'll be at. I believe it's his 4th show, local show. So if you guys are in the air, make sure you come out to MJM. What's it?
Muay Thai.
There you go, Muay Thai.
Mark Delagrati going to be there?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I don't know
and
who
his
that is.
brothers and all the Hogans. We're gonna get
No,
to
Mark-
15.
Mark-
We're gonna get to 15 locals.
Mark Delagrati is big at the
Angela
how do you
Bassett?
say it? St. John?
That's over there. Green card girl, Angela Bassett. Come on down.
Oh,
Holly
thank,
Berry would do it. Holly, come holler at your boy.
I believe Julian Lane, Mr. Let Me Bang will be there.
And still banging. That guy's
yeah.
still banging.
all right, let's go ahead and break. Coming to you live from the Cool Breeze
Wolf
AC
by Wade
broadcast
Street.
facility. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Bucked Up Energy Drink.
With Randy Harris.
Bro, you get Holly Berry to be a ring card girl at
Oh,
that Clearwater
crap.
show.
What?
That would be just insane. She'll do it. I think she's
Holly
confident.
Berry?
Like Holly Berry's killing it still.
Yeah, but she.
Bro, she was the one like back in the day.
What up? Drop a comment to everybody watching.
Her and Brooke Burt. Shout out Brooke. I had a poster on my bedroom when I met my wife.
I think that phone is gonna last
She's like-
just enough time, Randy.
She's like,
Yeah.
who's that? Like, oh, it's my
15%.
ex-girlfriend. She
On the
thought
phone?
she
Yeah.
believed it.
You want to cut it or you want to?
I can go till it dies.
I gotta go on 15. I wanna. Sorry.
What?
No, just I mean, if you have to break down your stuff, just make sure it's done so we can bounce at 15,
Yeah, it's just
15 2.
takes 2 minutes or it takes 1 minute. Just gotta unscrew it.
All right, these tickets extra.
For
I'm gonna give them to Mel from Mel's Hot Dogs.
no,
Okay. He's a friend of mine.
I've never eaten.
Well, he sold it.
That's why.
He's a good dude, man. I told him I'd take him a couple for his granddaughter and him. I don't need that many. I'll take a couple. Like, give me like 8. That's not enough. If he takes his wife and his granddaughter, I might have. Scrooge. Keep coming.
I gave you more
All
and you
right,
said
fine.
no.
All right, I got golden tickets. I got Renaissance tickets. Thanks.
You would
I'll let
have
your boy.
gotten more if you left when you were supposed to. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're working on details. We'll have where you'll be able to hear us next week. Tony's now on it. Got the camera, got everything cool. Oh, now I remember. Let's go. All right, we're back coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by Staff Zone, 8-Man Strong, and Bucked Up Energy Drink. And I do remember now what I was going to say to you.
What was that?
Sometimes I give you credit
Okay.
when you come up with some gems. You have had some gems.
Woo!
Asking a performer if he would rather have empty seats than have them filled could have been the stupidest thing a human being
You know
has
what I
ever said.
meant? Like, because if you
Would you
honor-
rather the seats be empty
because
or
look,
would you rather people in
Because
them?
if you pay full price, $1,000 for floor tickets, and somebody comes from the top floor and sits next to you because the seats are empty, there's a lot of like confrontation that can happen. People will get upset.
Hold
they
on.
think it's
I'm,
unfair.
going to do like you and I'm going to talk over you. That's different. That's not asking the performer. Yeah, the person who spent the $1,000 doesn't want some jamoki coming. Is that jamoki?
Yeah.
Jabroni. Some jabroni coming and sitting down like you would move down from the top. You ask the performer.
I know, I
Would you
know.
rather have
But
empty
get back,
seats?
but get back to the other side. Like, so as a fan, wouldn't you want to share the energy with somebody who actually truly likes the music and loves the band, that comes from the third rafters to get that experience?
No.
Even though they didn't pay for it.
No, because
Because then you feel the energy of around the stage.
No, because people only think of themselves, and I just spent $1,000. You know what I did forget?
Okay, so here's the
Hold on,
question.
hold on. I did forget, because it's going to tie into what you just said. I did forget to bring up that Edwin McCain, who will be at Busch Gardens on Saturday, is touring with Train this summer. I love Train.
Oh yeah, you like Train?
I took my wife.
Tony and I like them too.
I took my wife to a Train concert in Tampa, and a drunk sat next to us and
Oh,
literally
no.
laid on top of us. So no, I now get extra seats. I learned this from Warren Sapp, and that seat is empty. and I've kicked people out. They're like, "Well, you're not using it. It's still my seat. Get out," because I don't want that. But I still would never ask a performer.
guess my
Would you
question-
rather have empty seats?
So my question is, does he go into the sympathetic response where he tunes out the crowd? Like fighters never see the crowd. All they are
That's a
locked
lie.
in. No, they don't see the crowd. They don't take the time. And when you're in a sympathetic response, so the question is, if he's still that passionate,
Said
hold
that
on.
they do.
If he's still that passionate playing music, is he focused on the feeling and the groove and the vibe, and he tunes out the rest of the audience? Does he even see the empty chairs? Does he? Because the lights are so bright, just like comedy. You can't even tell if anybody's even there anyway.
I will ask Jason that when I go
Please.
see him this week.
That was my real question. I just didn't come out right.
No, it was awful.
Well, I mean, of course you want fans.
It's hilarious because
But-
now I'm going to use it as material for a long
but, how,
time.
but I mean, but
Would
seriously,
you rather the crowd be empty
Or people-
or half
would you rather be at your
or
home
half
studio?
full? Like,
Would you rather be at home at your home studio playing by yourself so you can actually, stay home?
Do you know who Jason Sheff's dad played for? Do you know who his dad?
the Reds.
What band Jason Sheff's dad was in?
The Savannah Bananas.
No, I don't.
Elvis Presley.
Oh, no.
How about that? How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, he's connected to bananas. That was his favorite sandwich.
It
the
was.
Banana, peanut butter
Peanut
and
butter
bananas.
bananas. Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly with bananas.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. So
Get us on that cruise at that Savannah Banana
I
boat.
told you to get us on the cruise, and
I
I'll
don't-
pay the wireless.
I don't know anyone anymore. Like I don't have those relationships anymore. I used to be me.
Well, no. Now you got to get new relationships that you can burn.
Well, no, I'm not burning anything right now. I'm actually trying to help. And in Melvin, I think this brain scanning thing will be a big advocate for his case. I think if he can show improvement in cognitive function,
But that's not.
I think
the
all
issue.
fighters should have it.
But-
It's a simple 5-minute screen.
I understand that, and there's a lot of locations that do them comped. The brain ones. They don't comp necessarily the full body one, but
Because they do the
comp
eye test before a fight.
But according to him, and according to common sense,
Yeah.
if the athletic commission wants Melvin to get a win or two, the brain has nothing to do with it.
Right.
So you're using that as an excuse, whoever that may be, whether it's this state or if it's Jeff Mullen in Nevada, you know, or whatever. I mean, I'm a big on, I don't care what the answer is. Just make that be the answer. You know, it's kind of like the bull crap that always happens and happens again. I randomly got searched at the airport.
Oh yeah.
Every time I'm randomly searched.
Gone choice.
Well, and I made the comment, I said, I know this isn't the place to say it, but I'm probably on a watch list.
Yeah, you are.
Well,
for sure.
well, there's two reasons. There's two reasons.
Yeah.
One, I fly a lot solo, you know, so I'm always flying. And I think what really put it over the top was I had 3 flights on the same day from the same city, which happened to be Atlanta, to the same city, which happened to be Tampa.
That's suspicious.
It did, and I didn't think of it that way. I thought that I'm flying Frontier and Spirit to probably, in my opinion, the worst airlines there is. But it was $29 flight. So I bought the $29 flight. Then I wasn't sure that that $29 flight was going to go off. So then I bought the other one.
Oh, yeah.
I had a backup. And then I also had Southwest because they're a little more reliable, at least at the time. So I had 3 flights, and I didn't think it was going to send up a red, black, green flag.
Yeah, the color of the flag matters, saves lives. You got to be careful of what color you represent in certain neighborhoods. Still do. People still have that old mindset. But speaking of Southwest, like, you weren't even questioning when, like, your head trainer got off the plane. Like, they didn't even ask you about that.
No, they were happy.
Probably. No, I'm a good guess.
No, honestly, when my co-host got off the plane, they did say, "What the hell happened to that guy?"
Yeah. Yeah, but there's still no questions. Like, no, like,
People still want to know.
I like to do these social experiments to see how far you
That
can
was a
go.
social experiment?
But yeah, I left my shoes on the tram, like, as it says, don't leave any, baggage unattended. Not one person asked me a question as I walked back through that airport with missing lenses and a pair of green neon frame glasses, walking upstream like a trout. And not one person asked me why I got off a boarded, sealed plane and went home to my wife. Not one question.
Nobody asked when I got
But
off
see,
on
it's
sealed plane either.
it's an illusion of safety. It's like a gated community in an apartment complex. It's an illusion. Like, you really think you're safe out there? You need to learn a martial art. You need to learn a functional mobility so you can protect yourself and your family at all times. This is basic, like, conditioning as a human. I mean, I think everybody should be in the combat sports world for just confidence and for ability.
What does that have to do with you getting off a sealed plane?
I'm just saying that in the real world, people only come to make reports with the police or by ambulance come and pick you up after someone calls it in. In the real time, you're on your own. You're really on your own in public every time. Like, you think you have this blanket of protection always, but the response times and no one even asked me if I was okay. As I walked backwards through the airport, crying my eyes out.
You walked backwards?
I mean, I was balancing on one leg. In order to do a manual pat down, you have to be able to stand for 4 minutes without, like, assistance. And I did it on one leg, balance, to show ability and ankle stability. Yes, I
This
did.
this basket case put his shoe on standing on one leg.
I did, and tied it, just to show capability.
When he went through the thing and he walked up, the lady's like, "Are you gonna put your shoes on?" He goes, "Do I have to?" So she said, "Yes."
Because the flamingo is on one leg in the middle of the airport.
So
I
he stood
figured-
on one leg.
So I created the
Right,
flamingo. But that's the point. Like, how many social experiments can I left the shoes at the Moffitt race. I ran the last mile barefoot. How many social things do I do to seem out of normal or wacky or unsafe or maybe a little bit too much? When is somebody going to come and question me and ask me a question?
Ed questioned, he just kept the door locked.
Yeah, he was afraid.
I don't blame him.
Because I have no shirt on,
He-
and I'm strong, and I'm big, and I've got the sun and the vibe, and I'm just
No.
free of, like, any.
He answered your
Cortisol.
question. He answered your question.
Huh.
Go away.
Yeah, but why?
Because I don't blame him.
Because I'm happy, because I found joy, because, like, this is the best protocol for anti-aging, because the better mousetrap. And now that I have, like, the brains to match, to chart, and to apply protocols to measure, this is superhuman stuff.
Taylor Swift, I have a question for you. Would you rather have empty seats at your concert or would you rather butts in the seats?
Or if she wants to get rid of Travis, I'm available.
In the
Just saying, I'll
NFL.
fill a seat. She's got an empty blank space. She
News.
always levels up.
Does
This
your
is
wife
com-
listen to this show?
No, she doesn't listen to anything I say. Like, she'll
I-
never listen to this. Her attorney might.
Now see, that was good. That comment was
Because
good.
it's authentic.
Hold on. That comment was good. Jason Chef, would you rather have empty seats or would you rather have everything full and sold out?
And if it's empty, would you rather them all move
Stay.
down or stay up top in the 300?
Jason may never
Do
come
you,
back on
do you
the
want
show.
them to stand and applaud and do the wacky inflatable?
In
But, okay.
NFL news, so you know, Trey, we'll see. Yeah, let's get back to sports. It seems like the Cleveland Browns are trying to make a push on a big trade to pull in my Cowboys, Dak Prescott. So
Well, I did see the Giants just got Jameis and
yeah,
Russell.
and
Wilson.
Russell
yeah.
Wilson.
So they're trying to do some stuff. Maybe Travis Hunt in the draft. So they're saying that way when Jameis throws the ball good, he can run it for a touchdown. And when he throws it bad, he
But
can
who's
track the
gonna
guy
start?
down.
I saw that.
Who do you think is gonna start?
But
Jamison or?
I think it's Jameis's job. I don't think Russell's in the game. I
Russell.
don't think his heart's there.
I think Russell's the better quarterback.
I think Jameis will show out. I think he's loving this new vibe. He loves his like.
Oh, yeah.
2
personality.
weeks.
yeah.
It's 2 weeks.
You think he's only gonna be there for 2 weeks?
No, I'm just saying he's like he was in Cleveland. Good, and then the Buccaneer James came back.
But which
if
Wilson
you
are we
have-
gonna get? Are we gonna get Super Bowl quality Wilson
No.
or Denver Wilson?
No,
We're just gonna get I'm gonna
Pittsburgh.
go do my job and
Pittsburgh.
I gotta go home.
That's Pittsburgh's. You know,
right.
it's
I think
neither
if
one.
Jameis with heart beats, it's the classic hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah, no,
I
for
think
sure.
Jameis has a real shot at a lead in the Giants in a supermarket in the Giants in New York. Because if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, but the Giants aren't in New
It's
York.
up to you.
It's-
New.
I want empty seats. I don't want them
Yeah.
full. I want you to stay in the 300 level where you bought the $100 seat.
I want to stand around like mosh pit shit
It's-
stuff.
Ship.
Ship.
Stop talking about my ship.
It's a beautiful.
It was until they destroyed it.
I want to play Battleship. I want to sink that thing.
No, it's already sunk.
B3.
They already sank
Would
it.
you like to play Battleship?
They did. They did destroy it in Texas.
Was it 40 years ago? How many years ago get yelled at? He was
that
like,
was a good joke.
I was born 40 years ago. He's like, oh,
Yeah, he
damn
had
it.
to
He's like,
bring it in. He loved it.
Guy's had a great career,
I know. Legendary.
and I've enjoyed him on the program up till today, and he probably won't come back.
Like
See,
the
Matt?
first
Yeah.
guest was great because he's talking about people having sex in the front row.
That was-
Right? I mean, if your music can move people and be that free and open, that was.
I was
the hippie
gonna
movement.
say.
I wrote
So
that.
that song is not gonna be played at Busch Gardens.
I
correct?
wish I was older. I wish I could.
Darwin's Children.
Yeah, Darden Children is not on the Busch Gardens.
Oh,
Well, it
list.
depends on what it is.
Disney and Busch Gardens are dark. They got underground clubs like those. They're actually. I heard rumors of an adult strip club and characters of princesses as an underground club at Disney for the 55 and up male. That's
Don't
their
talk about
market.
Disney like that.
So
To
I'm
Randy.
telling you, they already have underground clubs at the castle. There's like Club 33, you know this, but
There's a whole city underneath. I know
there is.
that.
And apparently Walt Disney's cryotherapy there. He's frozen underneath the castle. But they're doing to target the adult entertainment space because men can live out their childhood fantasy of or adult fantasy of having a girl in character in costume to give them lap dances. That's a wild. If that's true, that's wild.
Any plans this weekend before I kick you guys out of here?
This weekend, nope.
Got Renaissance tickets.
I'm going to
Oh
Disney.
yeah, Renaissance for the last. This is the last weekend.
So last weekend of it.
So make sure
That's
you
awesome. Come see me. I got tickets.
go to knockoutradio.com, scroll
meet you in the alley.
down to the bottom of the page, and go ahead and
I'll wear
hit,
a hoodie and like be real secretive.
I'm
throw
gonna
in
go-
your information.
We're going to go hit our final break of the afternoon. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zones, and Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And
All right, we're going to log off of the YouTube for the final couple minutes.
yeah, we will be back next.
That way I'll have at least enough juice to call home for my taxi.
What's up, D-Star Soul?
Oh yeah, that's DeMar Hampton. Primate Flow, baby, let's get it started. Primate Flow, let's put together Knockout Radio Club.
Looking
We're gonna come
lean,
out.
Randy. That's what he says.
Wednesday night, who?
D-Star
Randy
Soul
was good.
says Randy looks lean.
Yeah, show him the flex.
Down 40 pounds.
Hit him with that Easter
There we
egg.
go.
Hit him with that egg. Hit him. Come on, Randy, get him.
You can't even fit in the screen, those guns.
Yeah. Oh, open carry state.
Open carry. That's what he open
Oh, we gotta
carries
go.
everywhere.
I gotta fly. I gotta go.
All right, guys. See you next Wednesday,
Everybody next week,
12
hit me
o'clock.
up.